wrestling fans? It's JB, Jeremy Borash, and welcome to this very special DVD from Total Nonstop Action Wrestling home video, The Best of Samoa Joe. You know, since Samoa Joe hit the scene here in Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, he has unleashed an unreal reign of terror upon his opponents. From the undefeated streak to the incredible X Division title reign, Samoa Joe has caught the attention of wrestling fans throughout the entire globe. And certainly throughout the course of this DVD, we are going to chronicle the very first matches in TNA wrestling for Samoa Joe up until the present day and hear from the incredible Samoan submission machine himself about his thoughts on his journey here in Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. So sit back and enjoy the carnage from Samoa Joe and the best of Samoa Joe here from Total Nonstop Action Wrestling home video.
It is going to be every man for himself. Later tonight, the King of the Mountain matchup, Sean Waltman, one of the competitors that done it for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And here comes the man that is known as the player from the Himalaya, Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay Dutt, the original player. That's it, baby. Originally from Bombay, India. A 5-year pro, 23 years of age, and he is set to do battle with a man that I have been wanting to see in person for years. I've been watching DVDs. I've been watching videotapes of this man, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. He has totally dominated Ring of Honor wrestling. A near 2-year reign as the Ring of Honor champion. He is currently the pure champion of ROH. He has lost one match in the past 3 years, wrestling in the United States, wrestling in Japan, wrestling in Europe, and this is the TNA debut of Samoa Joe.
You know what? Whenever you ask anybody in this business, I'm thinking about people that I respect so much. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Low Key is going to be this. Sanjay Dutt, who's in the ring, is going to be this. Anybody you want to see, unanimously, it's Samoa Joe. They're like, God, you won't believe what this guy can do. You look at his size and say he can't be that agile, but he is. He's phenomenal, and he's here in TNA.
Sanjay Dutt, well, obviously outsized, outweighed by Samoa Joe, but trying to stay one step ahead of him. Sanjay can't beat him in a power meeting.
No, Sanjay Dutt, who is an established star here in TNA, has got to do what he does best. Watch this.
Now watch the land here power. He just throttles him, drops him on the back of his head.
Oh, man, you see something like that, you wonder if a guy like to get up.
Samoa Joe is 6'2", 280 pounds, and he drops down with the knee up on his chest.
This is a guy, when you watch him out here, you just, like I said, you don't even look at what you're seeing. You just look at what he does. He's incredible. But you know what Sanjay Dutt can do. You talk about heart. You talk about a guy that can overcome the odds. Sanjay Dutt, to me, I think has more moves in the ring than anybody I've ever seen, but he's not getting a chance to use them. But Samoa Joe is just dominating with his power.
This is called a face wash. Oh, man, bottom of the boot, and he screams right across the face of Sanjay Dutt.
Man, he's just absolutely coming in here.
He's notorious for this. He's got a Muay Thai background. He's known for all of his kicks. He's known for his knee strikes. Ladies and gentlemen, in a word, Samoa Joe takes the style of a UFC fighter, of someone from the Ultimate Fight, and brings that kind of mentality to the professional wrestling ring.
I mean, look at the confidence he has. He just, non-stop. He understands how to get his opponent in trouble and keep him there. Doesn't give him a chance to catch their breath. He's got Sanjay Dutt breathing right there. He's got him right where he wants him. This is just the total domination at this point.
Sanjay's tried to mount an offensive and going to try again. Right hand to the side of the head of Joe. Now trying to answer with some strikes and some kicks. Rolling leg sweep. Sit down, senton. 1, 2, no.
Sanjay has no answer.
I mean, how do you have an answer when a 280-pound Samoan submission machine, and that's exactly what he is, beats you with power moves, and he sets you up for submission. A wide variation of submissions. He can beat you with an STF. He can beat you with several chokeholds. He's really got it all. And making his TNA debut, and Sanjay Dutt is the man who, at least to this, well, there's the quickness. That may be the difference to Sanjay.
The agility right there. Samoa Joe just went right off me. Nice move right there by Sanjay, though. Not stopping. Sanjay Dutt has a shoulder take, too. You're looking at somebody who's out full, but I told you the guy's got heart. And that guy can fly. Sanjay Dutt will do things that will literally make you drop your jaw.
That was one of them. And the matchup now, which was so dominant for Samoa Joe, has evened up here if Sanjay Dutt can get refocused and get back towards the ring.
I mean, can we talk about the heart of this kid enough? Think of the beating that he took at the beginning. But you know what? Sanjay Dutt knows what it's like to be in that six-sided ring here.
Samoa
Feeds
Joe.
off the crowd, and there he goes, but just not enough power right there. Samoa Joe manhandling.
Now going to try some leg strikes of his own. Series of kicks directed at the knee. Sanjay springs to the apron. Springboard. Oh!
Move right there. A nice move. He just
Drop kick in.
with the kick, and he's got it, though. Not enough.
Samoa Joe, a trainer at the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo in Los Angeles, California, and an absolute intimidating force in the ring. And he's on the receiving end of that back elbow from Sanjay, who then follows it up. Elbow first, and Enziguri second.
I'll tell you what, the momentum is switching right here. Sanjay Dutt cannot let up, though. He's got to hit him with everything that he can, hit him blindsided, just keep coming at him, just like that right there. Here goes one, two, no, not enough. Samoa Joe.
Still able to power out it too to Samoa Joe. But you have to give Sanjay credit. He's got right back in this matchup.
Look at this. I mean, there's nobody that goes off these top ropes. Again, like Sanjay Dutt. And here he goes again. Oh, he lands on his feet like a cat.
Able to recover it. Oh! Snap off the slam.
Two. Oh, I can't believe he got out of that. I mean, that was just incredible.
Sets him up to the corner. Oh man, knife edge chop. Open hand thrust as well. Now positioning Sanjay up on the top turnbuckle. God, what a forearm shot. Another one. Whoa! Went for a rollout shot. Sanjay is out of the way. It'll lean back. Oh,
You can see that. Showing a little agility right there. As he leads up and kicks him out. He's got Sanjay down. Unbelievable hold. No. Oh, that's devastating.
Muscle buster. Samoa Joe. Here comes the rear naked choke. The submission applied. Sanjay's going to tap out of his eyes.
He can't take it anymore.
My God, what a debut.
I don't know if there's a chance to see how he set that up. But once he got him in that submissive hold, there was no way Sanjay Dutt.
That's the way that you make a debut in TNA. The intimidating force, the Samoan submission machine, has just choked out Sanjay Dutt.
Telling you what, Mike, I know what all the hubbub's about. That guy is absolutely phenomenal.
My debut here in TNA was against Sanjay Dutt, and you know, I remember before getting here, you know, I was real nervous, more for the fact that, you know, walking backstage at TNA, I was kind of perceived with I felt, and this could be totally wrong, I was kind of perceived with that too, like this is what the big deal's about. You're it, huh? Well, all right, you know, and you know. Not a lot of people, I guess, had been exposed to, you know, what I'd done previously before coming here, and for the most part, it's kind of like starting over. And you know, what I remember, the match went in there, and then Sanjay, who's a fantastic wrestler and amazing athlete, kind of went in and went in with the idea that I was going to make a statement. You know, I was going to tell everybody who I was and what I was about right off the bat. And if you watch that match, I think a lot of people kind of got the point. So that was my goal, and I think it was accomplished. And for the most part, I think it's a good way to make I guess a splash in a new company. And it's a fond memory, but definitely I I can remember being very, very nervous, which is something I'm not usually accustomed to being going out before the match.
The fact that the living legend Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee is really laying down the law, as we just witnessed there with Jeff Jarrett. Who does Jeff Jarrett have to blame for the fact that he doesn't get his rematch for the NWA World's Heavyweight title?
He had his rematch, Professor. He had it. It was right there at Slammiversary. He knows better than to interact with the fan. I know he was trying to be patient. I know the fan kept at it and kept at it. But you've got to know better. You've got to know your place. He cost himself that rematch. I agree with Zbyszko. As far as I'm concerned, he had it and he let it slip away.
And I agree about Abyss, the 6'8", 350-pound monster, moving into that #1 contender spot. And I've got to ask the question, do you think James Mitchell closed the deal for Abyss?
If anybody can, he can.
Let's focus our attention towards the ring. Already in the ring is a man who made his TNA debut at Slammiversary. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, and he has one of the most unpredictable opponents that you will ever see, the appropriately named Delirious.
I'll tell you what, Delirious is going to have to be completely unpredictable, because you mentioned about that Samoa Joe making his introduction here at Slammiversary, and one thing about him that impressed me was the power that this man has. And if he gets you in the submission hold, it's just about all she wrote. This guy, don't be fooled by his size. He's so quick and he's so good.
Tremendous leg sweep that time by Samoa Joe. His size, 6 feet, 2 inches tall, 280 pounds. What a unique style that he brings to professional wrestling. I guess the closest thing that I've...
Oh, look at that, just climbed up the ropes. Knee to the face of Delirious, and whatever Delirious' plans were, they're going awry right now, Professor.
Boy, you're right, they were derailed instantly. I think his strategy has to be try and use his speed to stay one step ahead of Samoa Joe and try to avoid moves like that.
Oh, man.
The face wash in the corner after he came springing off the ropes. Samoa Joe has totally dominated Ring of Honor wrestling for the past 3 years. Currently their pure champion, now trying to prove to the world that he can compete with the big boys in TNA. And judging by what we witnessed Sunday at Slammiversary and what we're seeing here against Delirious, something tells me that Samoa Joe is going to bring that dominance directly to the impact zone.
I mean, it's just amazing how he's just relentless, one right after another. We saw him dismantle Sanjay Dutt at Slammiversary. Somebody that's so quick and cat-like that I never thought Samoa Joe would be able to catch him. But he's just so powerful, and once he gets the advantage, he doesn't let up. Look at this.
Wow, unique abdominal stretch right here.
Man.
And look at him crank the neck as well.
I mean, it's like he's gonna break him in half. Just pull it on it, pull it on it. Somebody stop that.
Referee Slick Johnson checking to see, Delirious is so out there, he may not even submit, and he's trying to fight through a maneuver like that.
How could he? He had nothing to tap. I mean, he held him in suspension. It was an amazing move right there by Samoa Joe, and what'd you call him? The Samoan submission machine.
I guess if you could describe his style, as Delirious gets just out of the way, it's almost as if he's a UFC fighter who brings that kind of mentality to professional wrestling, and TNA overpowers him.
1, 2, now he gets out of it.
Wow.
What's Delirious thinking? Sometimes you just gotta let it happen.
Delirious barely able to roll the shoulder. You're right. It's that old line about, live to fight another day.
You know, when the manager comes out to the relief picture and he says, "What took you so long?" Man.
Wild swing that time by Joe. Missed the clothesline. Delirious able to fight back.
Showing his heart.
Clothesline and then a forearm.
Oh, nice kick right there as he sends Joe into the ropes.
Yeah, but he never took him off his feet.
No, he didn't. And look at that. Look how quick and powerful Samoa Joe is.
Snapped off the mid-ring power slam. Just yanks him up by the mat.
Oh, just
shoots
slings
him
in there.
Directly into the corner. Muscle Buster. We saw this Sunday at Slammiversary.
Oh, this is just mean.
This thing is breathtaking.
Oh, look
it's
at this.
devastating. And he's got him.
Oh, that's just devastating. Oh, no. Here he goes.
Beauty calls
1, 2, 3.
He's got him in that Kakita clutch. The Kakita clutch. Referee counts 3. He submits. Whatever you want to do. He beats you with submission. He'll beat you with the pin. But bottom line, Samoa Joe beats you. Impressive, impressive Samoa Joe in TNA.
My family owns one of the largest and longest running Polynesian dance troupes in North America, if not the world at this point. Growing up, there were 7 siblings in the house. So, you know, at the time, there wasn't things like daycare when I was growing up. I mean, there were, but they were really used in modesty, and it just wasn't something that you did. You know, kids who went to daycare belonged to parents who didn't care about their kids. I mean, that was kind of how it was growing up in my neighborhood where I lived. And it's different now, of course, but you know, back then daycare meant, you know, putting the kids to work and getting them involved in the show. So from about age 5, I started working at my parents' show. And it started out with just drumming. You know, they put me out on stage. My brothers and sisters were already drumming, dancing, doing the whole 9. And they started with drumming. And then I remember we were doing the opening ceremony for the 1984 Olympics. And, you know, it's all this fanfare, and I mean, the Coliseum's jam-packed, and we're doing the show, but our girls who work on our show, all the dancers, they had to make a costume change, but unfortunately the changing rooms were all the way on the other side of the stadium field, and as you can imagine, it's an Olympic-sized field, so I mean, it's quite a walk. So our girls go off stage, our boys go up and dance, and they're going and getting changed, and you know, our girls they're real professional. They know how to do a quick costume change. They know how to get back out there as soon as they can, but still, they had about a 200-yard walk to get back out to the staging area. So there we are, and we're drumming and we're stalling, and my dad's starting to realize, okay, you know, we got to get something out there. So I remember he looks around, he sees me at 5, 6 years old. I mean, I was real young, stalling for time, grabs me by the scruff of my neck, tosses me over the top of a drum. And this is just status quo. I mean, nothing that, you know, we didn't expect. You know, our brother's like, okay, throws me over, goes solo, stall for time. At 5 years old, I knew what stall for time meant because we had to do it a lot. So that was kind of like one of the key things we learned. So there I am. My dad throws me in front of 80, 60,000, however many people in the Coliseum, and it goes, do a solo, stall for time. So there I am. That was the first time I ever got on stage. And you know, after you go through something like that, stage fright kind of really isn't an issue anymore because you've been pretty much thrown to the wolves at the most tender age you can possibly be. So I went out there, did my solo, it came off fantastic, big hooray from the crowd. And the girls came out, finished up the number, and everything was good. And since then, my dad walked back, and with us, it was just something that we did in our family. It wasn't a big deal. So it wasn't like, oh, great job, son, I'm so proud of you. My dad goes, all right, from now on, you're the costume change at the beginning of the show. So that was me. That was the 5-minute costume change for the girls at the beginning of the show. That's what I was classified as. And all the girls loved it too, because now they didn't have to rush back and forth to get to the stage so quick. So at least it got me points with them. You know, my father was an airline mechanic, and after he got done working a strenuous day at LAX, I mean, he'd drive straight to, you know, Disneyland. He would do 6 shows a night, fire knife dancing and drumming, and I mean, doing pretty much everything in the show because it was a very small show. And you know, and then he'd come home at 10 o'clock. He'd come in, get the report from my mom about how we all did that day. Administer punishment if it was necessary. Most of the time, he'd come in, we'd be in bed by then, getting ready to go to school. He'd come in, give us a hug, give us a kiss, you know, say hi, and then, you know, he'd repeat it the same day. And then on the weekends, he didn't get a lot of time to spend time with us because on the weekends, that's when we had booked shows for our family business. And, you know, we'd go out on the shows. So all my time as a child spent with my father was either in saying goodnight or on the show. And on the show, he wasn't really dad, he was boss. And that was the kind of the delineation that we made, you know. And if you didn't, it got hectic because, you know, the work's always there, and whatever stuff happens with the show always spills over into the family, and it's something that we all had to kind of deal with and adjust to. But you know, it's something we didn't really appreciate until later on, until just recently. Now I realize how hard he worked to support 7 kids and you know, make a house payment and make sure we all got through school. And we never went without. You know, we always had money in our pocket. We always, you know, had nice clothes. We always, you know, bought us all cars when we were, you know, kids. And I mean, it wasn't because he had made a ton of money. It's just because he just worked hard and found the money to do it. And you know, that type of work ethic and that type of no nonsense, shut your mouth, you know, just get the job done type of attitude is something that I've kind of taken away from him and probably will take with me and hopefully impart to my children someday. My mom, I guess she's the glue that holds the whole wacky Samoa clan together. My mom was actually born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. She moved out to California, you know, worked her ass off, you know, bought her own house. I mean, she's another go-getter. She became a Polynesian dancer for extra money on the side on the weekends. Ended up starting her own all-women's Polynesian dance show. That's how Tiara Productions, my parents' dance troupe, originally formulated. She started in the 70s, started an all-girls Polynesian Hawaiian show, dance review. The band was all girls, and she had all these really hot girls who would go out and do these jobs, and of course they get hired everywhere. It was a huge hit. Met my father. Started using my father as a fire knife dancer. You know, next thing you know, they got together and they built their happy little family. And you know, she's just she's a real strong woman. I mean, she's a woman who kind of was told. I came from a society, you know, in Missouri, where they were just like, hey, you know, you don't hang around colored folk, let alone marry one, and you don't move off to California. You stay here in Missouri and you stay around the family, and you raise a nice normal average American Caucasian Christian home, and you don't do anything beyond that. But you know, she didn't accept that. She wanted more. She wanted to go do something, and she packed up her bags and did it. And I guess from both of my parents, even from my father too. I mean, he came up from a small village in Samoa, self-educated himself in several different islands, moved out to California, worked the Alaskan pipeline. I mean, he's all this stuff that he's done. It's just kind of, it's a real outgoing, adventurous spirit, and it made it real easy for my transition to pro wrestling, because when I decided what I wanted to do, they weren't like, you know, you don't need to do that. You need to get a regular job. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. They just looked at me and said, if this is what you want to do, and if this is what you're happy doing, then do it. But don't do it 50%. You better bust your ass and get it done. So that was our agreement that we made when I started working in professional wrestling, and it's kind of the bargain that we're upholding still.
Here comes a man who has competed in TNA for the past month with an undefeated record. In singles competition, Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine, is unbeaten. And to me, someone who is 6'8", 280 pounds, it really shows you that when it comes to the X Division, there are no limits.
That's it. You know, that's a great way of putting it. We've always said it's about no limits. And Samoa Joe has been as dominating as anybody has been since they entered into TNA.
And without question, the toughest competition in the day for the unbeaten Samoan submission machine will come from two-time X Division champion, the 5-year pro from Hill, Michigan, Chris Sabin.
I'll tell you something, we've seen Chris Sabin enough to know he's not intimidated by the size and power of Samoa Joe. Does he respect it? You better believe it. I talked to him earlier today, and he's like, I know I've got to stay out of the submission hold. I know that if he gets you in the clutch there, it's almost impossible to get out of. But I got an ability, and he's also strong. Don't think he's not. Chris Sabin's as strong as anybody we've seen in the X Division. He's going to have to use that as well as his high-flying ability.
You would certainly expect that these two competitors are being considered for the Super X Cup tournament starting this week on Impact. Wild shot there. Chop attempt by Samoa Joe. Just uses the weight advantage that he has over Sabin to bull rush him right into the corner.
Oh, and he's going to do everything he can to make this ring small for Chris Sabin. He's going to do everything he can to keep him in his grip with this. He has to wrestle to the mat like this. Anything he can to keep Chris Sabin right in front of him.
Sabin at the same time, he's got to stay away from Samoa Joe. Can't afford moves like this, like the single leg that time, taken by Joe as Sabin rolls out of it.
Right now, it almost looks like things are going the way Samoa Joe wants. I mean, Sabin, I don't know if he's trying to prove a point. It just seems to me he just don't reach out and clutch hands with Samoa Joe. But again, Chris Sabin now showing speed, and they have a big meeting in the middle.
Feeling out process here in the opening minute of this matchup. Short
Backward move by Saban, and a second attempt. Put the shoulder right into the chest of Samoa Joe, but zero effect.
Oh, nice move right there by Saban as he just rolls right underneath the kick of Samoa Joe and then comes right back and levels him into the ring post, right in the corner.
Saban known for that cradle shock finishing move. But you have to wonder whether he's going to be able to get someone at 280 pounds up for the cradle shock.
Chris Saban can beat you a lot of different ways. He's just got so many moves in his repertoire. You're right. I don't know that the cradle shot can be said, well, he's going to get a shot right here. And again, just like you said, the weight is something he's going to have to, he's definitely overestimated.
When you come to Samoa Joe and you talk about the different ways that he can beat you, he's got several different submissions that are so effective, hence the nickname, the Samoan submission machine. Missed the clothesline that time by Joe. He comes right back and drilled it right in the face with a kick.
I think about that. I mean, you mentioned the 280 pounds. Samoa Joe just came flying off those ropes. That leg right in the air, that leg caught Saban right there in the face. And when it's coming at you with that kind of power, I mean, look at the size of those legs. Chris Saban cannot get into that kind of a battle with Samoa Joe. Ooh, the headbutt, wicked headbutt.
Well, you're right. Getting nailed with one of those legs, it's kind of like being hit with a tree trunk.
It takes a knee all the way up into the face there in the corner.
Boy, was that stiff. Knee drilled him right in the head.
No, he needs some smelling salts right there. He doesn't even know where he's at.
And there's the face
Oh,
lock.
look at this. That's insult to injury.
Using the boot to scrape it across the face.
Oh, man, that hurts looking at it.
Flying, springing across the ring off the ropes, and drives the knee right into the very weary face of Chris Saban.
You know, ever since we've seen Samoa Joe here in TNA, I have yet to see how he can be beaten. I mean, he just seems to, when you even get a little momentum, it doesn't last long. He knows how to get you in his clutches and to make things impossible to get out of. Oh, man, you can hear that all the way through the building.
Drops down, all of that weight behind the knee, crashing down onto Saban. Joe, wow, see that? Just surveying the damage, looking at him before he went for the pin attempt.
He underestimated Chris Saban right there. He was a little too nonchalant in the pin attempt. And Chris Saban may be hurting, and oh, he just twisted his head off right there. I mean, look at this. Ooh, right that kick in the face there, and watch this. The knee right on top. And then pushing the chest.
I mean, you talked about him being nonchalant. I'm not sure that was it, or if it was just that he was sitting there and watching and enjoying what he had just done.
That's a good point. He doesn't know he relishes his work.
Boy, he sure
I mean,
does.
he just nailed him right across the ring with the shoulder and the elbow right there. It's been total domination. Chris Saban's got heart. We won't deny it. But right now, if he continues to let Samoa Joe have his way like this, it's going to be a short match.
Joe with the head vice here on Saban, just having his way with him, as you mentioned. Saban a flurry of offense at the top of this match, even an attempt at the cradle shot. But ever since that point, it has been all Samoa Joe. Yes, we talked about the cradle shock of Chris Saban, but take into account what Joe brings to the ring. He's got that devastating muscle buster, and boy, he follows it up with the rear naked choke, that Kakita clutch submission move. That could be deadly if he applies it to Saban.
Well, nobody's gotten out of the bikini clutch yet since he's been here. And you know, something else that I've noticed with Samoa Joe, nobody can mount any sustained offense. You might get him once here, you might get him once there. They can't put anything back to back to back to back. I mean, he just has a way of countering it, using his size and his power and his strength. And Chris Saban, if I had a towel, I'd throw it in right now.
Power and strength on exhibit off the suplex. The pin attempt by Joe. You talked earlier about the guts and courage of this kid. 23 years of age. Chris Saban, boy, on display here. What a courageous effort by Saban, just to be able to maintain in this match.
He's reacting on gut instinct right now. I mean, you just saw his face. His eyes look glassy, glazed over. It's just, that's what you are when you're an athlete. You react to things, and he, somehow his brain tells him he's about to get pinned, and he's still able to kick out of it.
Wow, look at these shots. Ooh, chops, punches, the knife edge to the chest.
This guy is such a force. He is such a force.
Who's going to stop him in TNA?
I've not seen it yet. And I thought Chris Saban would be the kind of guy, I mean, you know, in the pre-show with JB, and I said, I think Chris Saban is the guy that in for He's going to have get anything going.
Quickly answered by the boot of Samoa Joe. Gonna try and shoot him off to the ropes of Joe. Able to hook that top cable and then elevate Saban to the apron.
Nice shot right there by Saban. Oh, he got fired up.
Springboard front kick on the button. Saban quickly sprints to the wall. With another front kick, that time on the apron. And now
That's what you gotta do. You gotta use the elements. You gotta use the rails. You gotta use the
oh, now you see contact as he went right into the safety rail. Action back in the ring where Saban went for a quick pin attempt, but not able to put Joe away, but he certainly weakened him.
You hear this crowd going nuts right there. If they just thought this was going to be an absolute devastating match for Saban. Now Saban is fired up. He knows he can hurt him, and he needs that confidence. That's what he needed. He's got the confidence now.
And he's got the big man down on the mat. Hit the guillotine leg drop.
Here he
Gotta
goes.
roll over and go for it. Here's two. No.
I'll tell you what, though, Saban's realized if he's coming at him from force, if he's coming at him from off the ropes, if he's coming at him from through the ropes, he's able to get that much more force from the punches and the kicks. And that's how you bring down a mountain of a man like Samoa Joe.
Went back to the offensive. He's going to take him up to the cradle shock again.
He just doesn't have the strength
Second
right
attempt.
now. Look out, he goes! Samoa Joe fights out.
Unleashes the German with a bridge for the guillotine.
You got out of it! I'll tell you what, I think it was a mistake to go for the cradle shock right there. He tried it twice, it didn't work. Go with what works. He had it working.
He thought he had Joe sufficiently weakened to take the advantage. Steps off the power slam. Quick pin attempt and no, just another 2 count.
Saban able to somehow get his shoulder up, but how quick was that power slam right there? Samoa Joe just grabbed you and whipped you around so fast. Look at this.
Yeah, check this out.
Wow, bam! It's unreal, isn't it?
Combination of the speed of the move as well as the impact and the weight and force behind it when he drives you down to the mat. Saban shot off into the corner. Joe to follow up with Saban and caught him with the kick.
Well, and again, he knows if he can get some kind of force behind it, that's a great move right there by Saban.
Tornado DDT.
1, 2, no! Samoa Joe able to get the shoulder up, and that's what he's got to do. That hurt Joe, though. That hurt him bad.
And a smart move by Saban. Go away from that cradle shot. Come up with a different move. Let's take another look.
Look at this. That's what, he just uses his momentum off the ropes and his body weight and nails Samoa Joe.
Spiked him with the DDT, but just another near fall for Saban. The unbeaten in TNA, Samoa Joe, one-on-one matchup with Chris Saban. And boy, Saban is really impressing us by the way that he has the no-quit attitude and the way that he's turned this matchup around against the big Samoan submission machine.
Oh, I saw it coming. I just didn't see it early on in this match. Oh, man, nice counter by Joe. It's not what Saban needed.
That isn't either. Bomb.
Oh, he got his shoulder up. Look at this. He doesn't let it.
STM submission hold. He's got the crossface applied. He's got the leg hooked as well. Referee checking. We say STM is in. We've talked about the various submission holds. We've seen the Kakina clutch in the past. And now he breaks out the STM, and Saban's trying to fight it off.
Oh, look at the strength of Saban, the heart as he's trying to work
assume he's going to go for the muscle buster.
Look at
up
it!
there.
He's got it! Look at if he can do it! He's got it! Saban's got it!
Pin attack.
No!
Sit-out powerbomb by Saban, and you're right. What a match here at No Surrender.
Man, oh man! Everything and more than I thought it was going to be.
I'm just shocked that he was able to take that 280-pounder and run across the ring. And look at how fired up Saban is to try to end the undefeated streak of Samoa Joe.
He knows it. He's got the confidence now. He's got Joe reeling. He's got him in it. He's got him in the greater shot. Joe fighting and Joe fights out.
For the third time, he's able to fight out.
Oh, nice kick to the back of the head and Joe falls. He's got him reeling. Can he do it?
And Zaguri nailed him. Saban gonna go high risk. You know that Samoa Joe's dazed at this point, but he's back up to his feet. He's wobbling.
Oh, but he somehow finds the ability to get the kick and he can break Saban down.
Saban was crotched as well. Oh, here's the muscle buster. In the past, that has been step one. Step two, the follow move has been the Kakita clutch. And he's got Saban, and he's locked in.
And there it is. And there it is. He's pulling back. Saban, because at this point you're in so much excruciating pain. You can't even realize the pain that he's in.
Referee, you're right. He passed out.
He's not letting go of it. And the match is over. Get him over from there before he kills him. What a match. Oh, that was a little excessive by Samoa Joe. I give Samoa Joe credit for a wonderful match, but a little excessive.
Oh, we got to take another look at some of the great action from this match. Check this muscle buster out.
Oh, that's just so devastating.
There's the Kakita clutch, that rear naked choke. And then Saban just passed out, basically.
No, he had the wind knocked out of him on the move previously, and there was nowhere he could go, right?
Samoa Joe surveying the damage. You see the other referees coming to the ring to check on Chris Saban. Ladies and gentlemen, up next at No Surrender, it's going to be Team Canada against Jimmy Hart's Naturals and Lance Hoyt.
Becoming a wrestler, you know, kind of happened by accident. I had quit playing ball, horrendously office trodden, I guess, because I was just sitting in a windowless office as a mortgage broker, interrupting people's dinners to offer them a brand new rate to refinance their house at. Not the most popular job in the world, come to find out. I decided, well, hey, I want to do something afternoons, kind of, you know, something athletic. I mean, I always had football, basketball, judo, something in the afternoons that I did to kind of just keep me active and keep me doing stuff. So, you know, UFC had just hit at the time. I'd been doing judo. Jiu-jitsu was like the new hot thing on the street. So I started calling around and looking for jiu-jitsu studios to kind of go practice at. Called a small place that was real close to my house and really affordable because I wasn't looking to be a grandmaster. I was just looking to get a workout in a sweat. And started working out there. Did the first class. Afterwards, a bunch of local indie pro wrestlers kind of shuffled into the dojo, and they started using the ring. And I remember the instructor kind of looked at me and said, you know, hey, you should really stick around for the professional wrestling class. And I said, oh, no, it's okay. I came here to do this and just get a sweat. I don't really want to do it. He's like, well, if you want to get a sweat, that you're gonna get more of a sweat, and that you're gonna get a great sweat in there, just like you will in here. I was like, well, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I gave the class a shot. Met my first trainer, Cincinnati Red, and I started working on stuff. Some things came naturally, some things didn't. But he kind of was like, you know, you should come back tomorrow. You know, you move pretty well. You're pretty good for, you know, being your first time. And I said, well, you know, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I came back the next day, and then I came back the day after that, and the day after that, and then I started, you know, the classes were scheduled, I guess, for twice a week, but I started coming every day and just working out in the ring when I could. And you know, once I kind of get hooked on something, I kind of bulldog it. I'd stay on it until, you know, I've satisfied my goals, I guess. And I guess it's kind of ridden me all the way here. So that's, I guess, when I knew I wanted to become a professional wrestler. I thought, well, this is kind of cool. This is kind of something I enjoy, and decided to kind of stick with it and see where it takes me.
And it is time for the finals of the Super X Cup tournament. The phenomenal AJ Styles one-on-one with the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Tenay and West back at the broadcast position, and we are joined by the reigning X Division champion, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. Mr. Daniels, the X Division title here in front of us on the table. The Super X Cup trophies at stake, but maybe more importantly, the winner of this match faces you next month on pay-per-view for that gold.
About Mike Tenay, the X Division Championship. That's why we're even having the Christopher Daniels Invitational Tournament tonight. I'm looking forward to the finals.
What do you think, Don? The CDI, the Christopher Daniels Invitational?
You know what? The winner has to face Christopher Daniels next month at the pay-per-view. But I tell you what, it's still all about that trophy right there and who's going to take it home and who earns the right to get that title shot. And I know you're going to be watching both these guys very closely.
Exactly right. This is the time. This is the place. Now we're going to see who's good enough to face Christopher Daniels on September 11th.
He is 6 feet tall. He is 280 pounds. He's unlike anything that we've ever witnessed in the X Division. We've said from the start, Don West, 3 years ago, we said that the X Division is about no limits, and that's truly the case with the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Well, the crowd comes to their feet as they are hoping that their star, their loved one, their fan favorite, AJ Styles, is the one man that can stop this juggernaut that is Samoa Joe. And you've got to think to yourself when you think of the battles that AJ Styles has had through his career with the Monster Abyss, and even with the man sitting next to me, Christopher Daniels, that maybe he is that guy to stop this runaway freight train that has come through TNA at full speed in Samoa Joe.
The road to the Super X Cup Finals saw Samoa Joe defeat Sanjay Dutt and Alex Shelley, while AJ Styles reached this point, reached this matchup by defeating Matt Bentley and Petey Williams. The moment of truth has arrived. Can the phenomenal AJ Styles, can he derail? Can he stop the winning streak of the unbeaten Samoa Joe? It's time to go to the ring to Jeremy Borash for the introductions. JB, take it.
It started with 8, and now we are down to the final 2 in the Super X Cup Tournament Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, first of all, standing to the corner to my left, weighing in at 280 pounds, from the Isle of Samoa, this is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe! And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, from Gainesville, Georgia, he weighed in this morning at 216 pounds and is TNA Wrestling's only 2-time Triple Crown winner, competing tonight for the Super X Cup. This is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Right off the top, fallen angel Christopher Daniels, reigning X Division champion. The question that I have to ask you right out of the box,
Which individual would you rather face? September 11 at Unbreakable, Samoa Joe, the phenomenal AJ Styles, when you put the gold on the line.
Mike Tenay, who would I rather face? Who would I rather see win the Christopher Daniels Invitational? AJ Styles or Samoa Joe? Well, truth be told, it doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter to me, because saying who is better, AJ Styles or Samoa Joe, to me it's like saying who's the cleanest pig in the pen. Compared to me, it doesn't matter. They are not worthy for a title shot in my eyes. You might as well just hand that trophy to me right now, because the only man worthy of holding this gold, of holding that trophy, is sitting right next to you right now, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
I mean, you say they're not worthy of a title shot. If these two aren't worthy of a title shot after getting through this tournament, who is?
Exactly my question. Who is? Because so far, I don't think any man in the tournament tonight, I don't think any man in TNA.
Whoa!
Look at the strength of AJ.
280-pound Samoa Joe taken up by AJ Styles, slammed down to the mat, and then he follows with a knee drop and a pin attempt. Whoa, not even a 1 count on Joe.
Well, that had to surprise Samoa Joe. That's the first time anybody in the X division has just gone right at him and picked him up and body slammed him like that. And AJ Styles, I asked him, and I want to get your thoughts on this too, Fallen Angel. I asked him, how do you go about beating Samoa Joe? What do? Do you do it by your high flying? He says, no, that's not the way I'm going to do it. I'm a mad wrestler. That's how I grew up. I'm going to do everything I can to shorten the distance, to cut the legs out from underneath them. Is that good strategy?
Whoa! Well, I was asked this question before about Samoa Joe, and in my opinion...
Oh my God! Like a runaway freight train that we described him earlier, Samoa Joe with one of the most lethal, one of the most vicious, one of the most violent charging knees that I've ever witnessed in my life.
As I was saying before, Joe almost killed AJ outright. In my opinion, the best thing to do is to throw yourself at someone that's bigger than you. You don't try to muscle him around.
Look out!
Holy cow, and he just slams right into the table. Samoa Joe goes right through. He's not holding back for a second. Christopher Daniels, he is a monster. He is on a mission, and AJ Styles is down right in front of the announce table right here.
The elbow suicida by the Samoan submission machine. Samoa Joe, all of that weight, all of that 280 pounds behind that vicious move with a forearm shot. Look at the replay.
Oh, man.
Well, just like AJ Styles is deceptively strong for his size, Samoa Joe is deceptively agile for his size. We're seeing both guys go at it. Both guys, look at that.
Oh, AJ showing he's got fight in him as he shows his athletic ability as he goes over the rail, then back over on and he hits him with the classic forearm.
And both of these men are putting 110% into it. They know how important the Christopher Daniels Invitational is.
Yeah, you know what? I've got to tell you this. I don't think it has anything to do right here with this trophy. It's got to do with one thing. It's got to do with getting that belt next month. And they know that by getting there, they've got to go through each other.
Look at this. He's going to try and suplex him. Again, a 70-plus pound weight advantage.
He does it.
Got him over with the high vertically snapped it.
Well, let me clarify one thing for you, Don West.
10, 2 count, Joe rolls the shoulder.
It's not just about the title shot. Both of these men want my position. They both want to be the face of this company. They both want to be Mr. TNA, and in my opinion, they're sorely lacking.
Check this out. Deathlock applied by Styles. Then he bridges back with a reverse chinlock. He's trying to beat the Samoan submission machine in his own game.
Plus, he's keeping his weight on top of Joe. That's a sound strategy by AJ Styles. Keep his weight, make Joe carry his weight.
I think that's one of the keys that he pointed out, Don, when you were talking to him earlier today. He said he can't allow Samoa Joe to get on top of him and use his weight against AJ.
Good point, Mike, and that's exactly what he said. And AJ, I mean, you called it right. Oh, look at that, as AJ Styles able to get the feet up just barely, catch him around the neck and flip him over.
And one thing too, AJ Styles is definitely going to have a stamina advantage against Samoa Joe, and the more moves like that, they're going to take more gas out of Joe's tank quicker than you can think.
Oh, look at that, though. Wow. AJ on his game. As we saw earlier, that so was Joe, and we knew this was going to be a battle, guys.
Well, it's obvious that Samoa Joe has studied. He's watched some AJ Styles. He knew what AJ Styles was going to do, but AJ Styles one step ahead of him at that point.
Mr. Daniels, are you surprised that AJ's trying to beat him with a power game? Oh! He tried to go for another power move. He was cut off at the pass and just pounded down to the mat by Joe.
Well, AJ was throwing his body. He was using his body against Samoa Joe, but it's a little early in the contest. Samoa Joe had the strength to catch him in midair and throw him down with that modified STO.
That's a good point, Christopher Daniels, because the match has just been going a few minutes. Maybe if it's going a little longer, as you see Samoa Joe just climb that ladder with the ropes and level him with that knee, well, maybe the power will work a little bit better.
It benefits Samoa Joe to end this match early. His high-power offense is definitely something. If he can beat AJ early, takes away the stamina advantage that AJ has.
Oh, man.
Good call.
First it's the face wash, then the 280-pounder charges across the ring, and with all of that weight behind him, a vicious knee driven right into the face that might break his nose.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I noticed that every time AJ mounts an attack, Samoa Joe is able to stop it. Yeah, AJ gets a few licks in there, but Samoa Joe uses that size to his advantage, shortens the ring up, and he's able to stop AJ.
Christopher Daniels, I think in your opinion, you talked about stamina earlier. What a leg sweep by Joe. I think you feel that the longer this match goes, it's advantage AJ.
Well, I will admit that both of these men have incredible stamina. It's true that both of these men have wrestled hour draws in their career. So it's definitely in Joe's favor, I think, to keep the pressure on AJ and make AJ wrestle his style of match rather than try and go at a high pace like AJ is used to.
You know what? I asked AJ Styles ahead of time, how many times that these two have wrestled, and you know what? On one-on-one matchups, they've wrestled twice. Guess what? As you see an unbelievable vicious knee go right to the head of AJ. They've wrestled twice, and their record against each other, 1-1.
I was in attendance at both of those matches.
10, 2, nonchalant cover, pick it up.
Let me tell you, those gentlemen put it all out in the ring. They fought for over 25 minutes on both occasions. We might see a match that goes all night here. I don't know. It's up to Joe, I think, to keep the pressure on AJ. AJ's going to want to lay it out longer match. Joe, however, is going to want to make AJ carry his weight and use the power against it.
First ever TNA meeting sees Samoa Joe go back to the basics. But when Samoa Joe applies a basic move like that reverse chinlock, Mr. Daniels testify, it's not like any other wrestler's chinlock, is it?
Well, he's got a 60 to 70 pound weight advantage. Of course, if you're carrying that much more weight, your opponent's got much more weight than you. It's going to be a lot more devastating for you than it would be if AJ had the same hold on Joe.
Plus also the size of his hands. You mentioned it on Impact a couple of weeks ago. Just how big that... Powerbomb!
Oh, that's just... Oh, he fights out of love! But look, he goes right into the submission.
And look at how deep Joe has got his hands above the knees. That puts extra torque on AJ's back. This could be the end of the match right here and now.
I don't know that he's going to have the strength to tap out. And look at AJ. This guy's got more heart. And look at AJ.
He's using his leg strength. He's using his legs to power out. Oh, but look how quickly Joe just swings over into the STF. This is what Samoa Joe's all about. He loves to use moves in combinations. We mentioned it earlier with Austin Aries. We're going to say it again. You see the powerbomb into the double leg crab, immediately into the STF. He puts those moves together, and that's what makes him so damn tough.
Well, that's Joe's versatility. He's thinking one step ahead of his opponent. When his opponent reverses out of one thing, he moves quickly to another maneuver. And it's just making AJ carry Joe's weight a little bit longer each time.
And that's going to take the air out of AJ, take the breath out of him, make him that much more tired quicker. But how about AJ having the presence to get that toe on the ropes right there to stop that submission? And that's what I'm talking about AJ. Don't ever count him out, because he always finds a way to get back in it.
Well, I think AJ's high flying might be the thing that Joe...
Oh,
look at that.
right on the head, folks.
Inverted DDT, oh, leads to a 2 count.
Now he needed a deeper cover on that. He should have hooked the leg deeper and put more of his weight on his shoulders. That would have been harder for Joe to even kick out. It might have taken a little more gas out of Joe's tank had he done so.
Listen to the crowd showing
Just lay out.
Yeah.
Lay out and let everybody hear what they're chanting.
It's almost as awesome as me defeating Austin Aries tonight. I've been defeating the world. Tonight I defeated the World Wide Web's favorite, Austin Aries. And I'm going to defeat the winner of this match on September 11th.
Did you notice Christopher Daniels didn't want us to hear the "this is
You're
awesome"
not kidding.
chants?
Yeah, I asked him to lay out, and he couldn't even have 5 seconds of dead air. AJ trying to fight back. Big Joe caught him with a headbutt initially. Look at this battle. stiff shots by Styles, and he just overpowered Joe. But I think Samoa Joe was in a tenuous position with his weight leaning back. Springboard! Oh, backhand!
Springboard senton. That's the kind of thing that's going to knock the wind out of Joe. It's going to make it harder for Joe to kick out and continue.
1, 2, he's got it! No! Whoa, just barely. The backsplash. Daniels called it the senton, and he was right on the money. 2 9/10.
I did notice, though, what AJ did, what you said, Christopher Daniels. He made that hole deeper right there in the pin, trying to get more of his weight on him to get his shoulders pinned, but it just wasn't enough.
The Pele kick.
I love the Pele right there. He knows how to bring it out of nowhere.
But look at Joe. He's staying up. He's staying on his feet.
Quick roll up by Styles. Rolls back through.
Look at this power.
You know, I was curious if he could ever get him up in the Styles clash. May have been too early in the going. I don't think he had Joe sufficiently weakened. Sunset flip by Joe.
Oh, look at this.
Holy cow, they're just...
The rolling cradle. Terry Funk, what does he call it? The Texas tumbleweed? It's a pin attempt by Joe for a 2 count.
Oh, AJ Styles, though, look at this. He's dizzy. Oh, did you see him going for the Pele again, and he didn't even know where Joe was?
You're right, because he's so dazed and confused from that rolling cradle.
Look at the power edge.
His head off with that close.
This could be the end right now.
No! He gets his arm up! Samoa Joe can't believe it! There's no way he didn't get the pin right there!
Samoa Joe is the victim of a lackadaisical cover. If he had hooked the leg, that would have definitely been the end of this match.
He should have applied all of his weight right there, is what you're saying, and just not giving him any kind of a chance to get up.
But I think in his mind, he thought that he had AJ knocked out. But you're right, it's no excuse. When you're on the verge of victory, you have to do everything possible to get the 3 count. Not only win the Super X Cup trophy, but get an X Division title match with the Fallen Angel next month at Unbreakable.
Samoa Joe right there just teasing him. Oh, but you don't do that to AJ. You don't try to make him look bad. As they just trade him back and forth right here. And look at AJ, he's going nuts.
Lefts and rights and knees, and more lefts and rights from Styles. And here come the open hands, the palm thrust.
Oh, what a kick right there.
That was enough to put Joe down.
Joe's out. Joe's down.
Both down.
Referee Thomas, is he going to count? Stay on the ring. He's making the count. Where are we at?
This is the most important part of the match in my mind right now. The first man to their feet. They may be in position to end this match right
Where
now.
are we at here? Where are we at the count? We're at 6. We're at 7. Are they going to get up? We're at 8. AJ up to a knee and using the ring ropes. We're at 9, and Styles is up to his feet at 9. What a gutsy, courageous performance by both men.
But Joe's right there. Joe is right there. And he's in position now to try his muscle buster. Look at
Oh, he's got him! Buster!
No!
He's got him up!
No, AJ fights out of it. He fights out of it. Oh, and he kicks him into the turnbuckles right there.
AJ gonna try and take him up!
He's got him.
On his shoulders! He's got him in a torture rack! Who would have believed it? Torture rack by Styles!
Look at the strength. And he sends it down, and the referee gets bumped.
What happened?
Oh, AJ's got him, but the referee's been hurt.
Wait a minute, where are you going, Daniels? He kicked him in the head! Referee Thomas is down and out!
I just want to see what's going on here, Mike, tonight. Just relax.
Where are you going? Referee Andrew Thomas knocked out. The feet of Samoa Joe hit him right in the head. Here's the pin. Daniels is off of headsets.
Well, Daniels is going up there to check it out.
Check it
but
out.
The referee's not there to make the counts.
Referee's knocked out. Daniels has just slid into the ring with the title belt.
Oh, no, come on.
Took down AJ. STO'd him down. This is what we didn't need in this match.
Oh, look at this Samoa Joe. He's handing it to him. He's handing it to Samoa Joe.
But he said neither man deserved it either. Look at this. He's got the title belt. He was going to hit Joe, but Joe saw him. Joe turned his back for just a moment.
Good call right there, Mike. Samoa Joe not trusting him for a minute, and AJ wobbles up, and AJ goes right after Daniels and sends him out of the ring.
Powered him out with the clothesline. Oh, no.
But wait a minute. Oh, a nice slap right there by Joe.
Don't ever turn your back on Samoa Joe.
Oh, he's going to the muscle buster again.
Got him up. Muscle buster.
Oh, he hits it.
Is he going to go for the choke? There it is. It sinks reached in, rear naked choke, the tequila clutch, the submission move that's gained him all these victories, that's kept him unbeaten. And AJ, oh God, he's gonna have to fight through this.
He's fighting with everything he's got. Look at that. If anybody can get out of this, it's AJ. As you see how entrenched that Samoa Joe is, AJ going for the rope. Going for the rope. Can he get it? No, he can't get it. He taps out.
Of the 2005 Super X Cup Tournament, Samoa Joe.
Unbelievable how the ending happened, though, right there as Christopher Daniels cost AJ Styles. The bad fortune of the referee getting knocked out, Mike. AJ had him. The referee couldn't make the count. And then Samoa Joe took advantage when AJ went after him, and you can see the face-off between
Samoa
these two.
Joe has the Super X Cup trophy. The X Division title of the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Will that be the next trophy? Will that be the next prize in the possession of Samoa Joe? Do you realize what we've just witnessed here?
The guy has defeated the phenomenal AJ Styles. He gets a shot at the title. He is still undefeated at TNA.
What a match. What a physical, what a brutal, what a violent match this was, Don.
The triple threat at Unbreakable, I mean, you know, it's received its accolades, and I know that a lot of people would say that, you know, it was the best match of the year in TNA. But I mean, that, you know, it's left up to the fans. It's left up to the person at home. It's not left up to us. So I can't really say. I will say that in that match, we definitely wanted to showcase what non-mainstream fans and fans, I guess, of independent wrestling and kind of the underground circles of wrestling had known about me, AJ, and Chris for the past 3 years. We wanted to kind of bring it out there and show them what we were all about and what we were capable of, and I think we did a great job of doing it. And that was kind of our main precedent and goal with that match. And also, you know, they gave us the ball. They said, hey, you guys are main event. See if you guys can hack it. And that's what we wanted to do. You know, we wanted to hack it. We wanted to make sure that, you know, people knew that when we were given the spotlight, we were going to take full advantage of it and we were going to make things work. And that was kind of the whole goal behind that three-way. And I think that we personally accomplished those goals between the three of us. And that's the most we can ask for. And the fact that the fans enjoyed it and they liked it, you know, that's icing on the cake. You know, I mean, that's the ultimate goal. But to the level that they enjoyed it, I mean, that really, really made it that much more rewarding for us.
It's time for the signature division of TNA to take center stage. It's time for the X Division Championship match, and here are the X Factors. Back in August, the unbeaten Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, captured the Super X Cup to become the #1 contender. The Fallen Angel, X Division champion. He may have influenced the outcome last month at Sacrifice, but TNA officials insisted that AJ Styles deserves to be included in the three-way. At Unbreakable, they're gonna settle their differences. X Division title goes to the wrestler who scores the first submission or pin. Will it be Samoa Joe, the phenomenal AJ Styles, or the champion Christopher Daniels? To the ring is undefeated in TNA. He is the Samoan submission machine. He is Samoa Joe. And if there was ever a wrestler that defied that there are no limits to the X Division, it is Samoa Joe.
When you see this man, Mike, you think of one word, and that's phenomenal. There is nothing he hasn't accomplished in TNA, but this could be his toughest
fallen angel. Let's send it to the ring to Jeremy Borash for the official introductions.
The following contest, live from Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, is scheduled for one fall and is a three-way match for the X Division Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Andrew Thomas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first of all the challengers. In the corner to my left, weighing in at 280 pounds, from the Isle of Samoa, he is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Gainesville, Georgia. He weighed in this morning at 218 pounds and is TNA Wrestling's only two-time Triple Crown winner. He is the phenomenal AJ Styles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from the City of Angels, he weighed in this morning at 221 pounds and is the longest reigning X Division champion in TNA history. He is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
It is time for the X Division Championship matchup, the three-way bout. First pin, first submission, that's the winner. That's the individual who will leave unbreakable with the X Division gold.
It's a situation where you've got to have eyes in the back of your head, and look at this right there. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles partner up at the beginning and go right at the champion.
Yeah, the two challengers taking it right to the record holder, the 6-month reign of the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. Well, let's just say, Samoa Joe or AJ Styles, they want to end that tonight.
Well, I just going to show you that the belt's what's important right here.
AJ says anything you can do, I can do better. Joe, that lethal, brutal, stiff kick. AJ connects as well. Joe says, watch this.
Oh, man! That's just jarring as Christopher Daniels is taking everything right there. Unbelievable that AJ Styles and Samoa Joe working together. I couldn't imagine Samoa Joe working with anybody.
Daniels gets right back up on his feet, and then he gets right knocked down just as quick by another stiff kick from Samoa Joe.
Did you see that AJ went low, Samoa Joe went high, and Christopher Daniels went down. AJ tried for a quick roll-up to get the title. Oh, it's on now.
Another one, inside cradle small package, another 2 count. AJ a third time, and a third near fall on Samoa Joe.
Oh, no.
Look at this. He's got the arm surfboard. He's got the arms of AJ Styles. Oh boy, look at the way they're stretched back. Trying to crank on the elbow of AJ. Trying to pop that elbow right out of its socket. And here comes Daniels.
Did you see how Samoa Joe able to apply that leg right there in the middle to keep the pressure on AJ, keeping him down and then pulling back on the arms? Nobody can do submissions. Nice kick right there. Drop kick by the fallen angel. Wow.
Great drop kick, and at the same time, Styles was springing off the ropes. It adds even more impact to the move. Speaking of impact, look at these knife-edge chops from Joe.
Oh, man, showing you how agile he is for close to 300 pounds.
6 feet tall, 280-pound Samoa Joe takes the champion Daniels out and now turns his attention to Styles. Look at these forearm shots.
Oh, my gosh, he just did almost like kicking a football right there. I mean, you could just see AJ Styles going up and oh, you can see Christopher Daniels, though. Good timing on his part.
Daniels hooks the leg of Joe, and now Daniels going to slingshot in and catch AJ with a series of rights directed to the jaw. Big forearm shot for Samoa Joe, and now the champ takes over.
Oh, nice combination right there by the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. This guy has held the belt longer than anybody. You saw right there how Samoa Joe had to break that up. I mean, this what makes this match so unique. If somebody beats somebody and you're on the outside looking in, that's your tough luck. So you got to break it up if you can.
First pin or first submission. submission, wins the match, and wins or retains the X Division title. And Samoa Joe has got the champ Daniels in a bad way. Face first into the turnbuckle. Now Joe's got AJ for a knife edge.
I mean, it's hard to believe, but when you look at it, Samoa Joe is one of the few people in this world, or in this business, that has never lost a match to AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels here in TNA.
You noticed how Daniels got out of the way when Joe whipped AJ into the corner. Joe with the forearm shot, and now Daniels goes in. He's got him stacked up, but Daniels gets the boot up as Joe charged in.
Oh, look at the power right there of Samoa Joe as AJ Styles feeds Christopher Daniels right to the Samoan submission machine, and he just blasts him.
Now AJ charges.
Wow, he's so fast, he's so agile, he's so quick and so athletic.
Snapped off the head scissors takeover. Joe down, AJ slow to get to his feet. Daniels also is still down at this point.
You know, it's a situation, if you can find a chance to get a breather, you take one, but you also run the risk of a pin happening while you're doing that. You really just got to have eyes in the back of your head and know what's going on at all times, and right now, AJ Styles, oh man, he just, look at the power!
He just walked right into Samoa Joe. First he took him up in a move similar to a bear hug. From there, he released him overhead with the suplex, and AJ crashed into the corner turnbuckles, and now again, Joe puts him face first, and now here comes the face wash.
Oh man, and when he does it, it just seems so much more violent than when anybody else does.
Yeah, look at the size of his legs. 280 pounds.
Great move by Daniels as he catches him and sends him on the ring, and here he goes, and he takes right through the ropes. He takes the short route. Could it be? Look at this backwards moonsault, and he hits it on Samoa Joe.
Daniels, the split leg moonsault. You're right, crashing into Joe on the floor. Boy, are they appreciative. Here in the Impact Zone, listen to him chant TNA.
Well, they know they're seeing three of the best wrestlers in the world vying for one of the most important titles. We always talk about the significance of that heavyweight title, but the X Division title. Oh, look at AJ! Did you see the gracefulness? Did you see the style? If you gotta show that again.
You gotta see this again. Watch AJ go first for the springboard. Check this out.
Look at this. Oh, man. You can't hit it any better than that.
Wow. It was like a springboard into the shooting star, then crashing right down onto both Daniels and Joe, and that's got Styles fired up.
That's got the crowd fired up as if they needed any more. They know they're seeing something special here tonight. 1, 2.
Whoa.
The power of Joe is he's just got so much strength. But you know what? It's not like he's one-on-one. It's two-on-one for everybody out there. And that's when guys like Styles and Daniels can wear down a Samoa Joe. Oh, man, AJ again. Oh, man, is that kick dead on or what?
Drop kick on target. Here's the cover. Here's two. Nope. Only a 2 count. AJ had the leg hooked. I'm not sure that he had proper weight positioning on someone who's 280 pounds to get the pin and put him away. There you see the drop kick.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing too, because you got Samoa Joe going forwards. You've got to kick him pretty hard to completely have the body go back the other direction.
Forearm shot by Styles. Position Samoa Joe in the corner, but Daniels has now made his way back in. You talked about eyes in the back of your head. AJ turned his focus totally on Samoa Joe, and now Daniels is going to try and take control.
Man, good point. And that's what happens. I mean, you and I were focusing on the action between the two, and then you forget that the champion was out. Look at that combination right there.
Daniels just monkey flipped AJ Styles right into Joe, and AJ caught him with the Hurricane Rana. My God!
Unbelievable action here.
Quick roll-up attempt by
He
Daniels.
got him. He's got, oh, AJ used his legs.
AJ right back up to his feet, elevated. Oh, Daniels elevated Styles all the way over. AJ
something that's very special. Daniels to his feet. Oh, he took AJ by the trunks, and he just tossed him right out to the floor.
I'll tell you something, the Fallen Angel's showing why he's the longest reigning X Division champion of all time. Think of how they both ganged up on him at the beginning, and he's still standing in that ring, and twice he sent AJ out. He knows that to keep AJ outside is the best way to get a win. And look at him using his balance right there to use the weight of Samoa Joe against him.
Judo basics, STO takedown by Daniels. Joe is down. Daniels at the same time, I think he's going to go for the BME. Best moonsault ever, but AJ slipped into the ring.
Yeah, that's one of those high-risk moves that's hard to do when you've got two men to watch out for instead of one. If you've got one, you know where they're at. But you're caught up. You're caught up into the fever. And you want to put the...
Listen to these kicks.
I know it, and he's got him entangled up there on the ropes. Look at this, it's good.
He's sandwich Styles and Daniels both in the corner.
And look at this, you can see Daniels is still caught.
Daniels is in no man's land. He's got the leg up. Look out!
Oh, man! What a brutal kick by Samoa Joe!
Think of the power of 280 pounds with the size of those legs, with the size of that body, and he caught him with a drop kick right in the face.
I'll tell you what, the only thing that saved Daniels there was his foot was, leg was caught on the ropes, otherwise he'd have been pinned. I'm telling you right now, there's a chance Samoa Joe should go for that pin on him, but I think he just wants to let the world know he's better than both these guys.
Yes, you damn right, this is awesome. Joe off the rope. Caught him with the inverted move. And now that Judas
I mean, that was brutal! That was brutal!
Time to last two.
No! Mike, this is everything we thought it would be and more! Joe can't believe it. He's thinking, what do I gotta do?
That's what I was gonna say. What else can I do to put either Daniels or Styles away and walk out of here with the X Division title? This time the knee to the head. And another one. Daniels in trouble here. He's got Joe hooked.
Look at the strength, unbelievable! And he uses it! He hits it!
Death Valley driver. That's 280 pounds up on his shoulders. And Daniels powered him down.
Oh, and he caught him just right, as you can see. Samoa Joe twitching right there on the mat. All three guys are down right now. Could this be it? Two. Oh no, AJ realizes he heard the referee's hands hitting the mat, and he just reacted instinctively.
You're right. That pure, basic instinct of Styles stops the pin attempt. The chop for Daniels. AJ tries to elevate him up, but Daniels, he's so smart. He took his foot and he hooked the rope. And now AJ, he's taken up and over to the apron. AJ dropped down to the floor after the elbow.
Oh, Daniels comes there, lands on his feet. AJ step, look at this as these guys just keep countering each other, and now it's just become a slugfest.
But don't forget about Samoa.
And he goes over the top, and he nails the bone. You gotta be kidding me right there.
Twisting suicide dive by Samoa Joe. Get this replay.
Look at this. Bam.
All three men are laid out after the 280-pound Samoa Joe went crashing from the ring down to the floor. Joe's up to his knees at least. AJ's laid out. Daniels is laid out.
For those of you that are watching this right now at home, I want you to think how lucky you are. You're seeing one of the greatest matches in the history of wrestling. All three of these guys putting it all on the line.
Daniels rolled into the ring. Can Joe pin him, or can Joe force him to submit? Daniels in serious trouble. Could be the muscle buster.
Oh, he's come. Oh no, this could do it.
Out of the corner.
Oh, he fights off though. He does not want. He knows how quickly it can end right there as he fights it off.
Desperation move, raking the eyes, fish hooking the eyes of Samoa Joe. Styles now back in the game. He's up to the apron. Styles and Daniels fight from the top.
You can see blow after blow of each of them is AJ Styles in a very precarious position. Now Samoa Joe going up top here. All three guys. What's going to happen as you see Joe takes them both back? Unbelievable display of strength.
That's the pure raw power of Samoa Joe. He's taken the X Division by storm, and he's done exactly what we said. No, this isn't about weight limits. It's about no limits, and you're seeing it unfold right in front of your eyes.
Smell it right
smelling
now.
the blood, and he's smelling the X Division title. Styles up, Joe caught him with a right. And another one, but AJ fights back. Series of forearm shots.
Look at this, AJ now. AJ just fired up. Just reaches in, fights something, and you can see Samoa Joe not ready for it.
Look at
But
Joe.
now he comes back.
Open hand pull. Went for the wild swing. AJ Enziguri doesn't connect.
No, the power of Samoa Joe again. Once he gets with his clutch.
Suplex. Dropped him on his head. AJ crashed the back of his head. Crashing down into the canvas. Muscle buster. If he can take him out of the corner. He's got him up.
Oh, here he goes.
Daniels just took the title belt.
Oh, he nails it.
Muscle buster. AJ down. Daniels took the title belt off our table. He was trying to make his way to the ring and he just slumped down.
And you can see right there, he's got it in his hand. And he went for it, but Samoa Joe saw him coming and just power smacked him around.
Just as Joe was going to go for the Kakina clutch, the rear naked choke, Daniels hits the ring with the belt. Now Joe's got the title. He's got the championship belt in his hand.
You can see Andy Thomas going to try to take it away from him. I don't know that that's wise to take it. Oh, but look at that. Daniels kicks the belt right into the face of Samoa Joe.
The championship title belt just driven right into the head of Joe, courtesy of the Enziguri kick by Daniels. Joe dazed. Daniels slow to get back up to his feet, slow to get to the face, but AJ is too. It's a battle of wills at this point. Who's going to fight through the pain? Who's going to fight through to win the X Division title or retain it?
You're only going to get maybe one more opportunity, and you better take it because these guys are worn out. And look at this, Daniels sensing it right here, and AJ doesn't stop slinging elbows. You can't stop your motion, but look at the power. He's hit it. 1, 2. No, AJ's not going to have it.
Daniels thought that he was going to retain the X Division title. He had AJ up, he drove him down to the mat, but no, he couldn't get the 3 count.
Look at this crowd.
You can sense the appreciation. They know that they're laying it on the line. AJ up, AJ powered down.
Look at this. You can see him trying to muster up the strength. Trying to find it. Is he going to go for the BME? Here he goes. Best moonsault ever. And he hits it. It's going to be over. Oh, Joe's in there.
Daniels, oh God. Then the kick, the shotgun effect of those kicks. That third one was blocked by Daniels, and he caught him with the jawbreaker.
Tell you what, anything that you can do to stop the Samoan submission machine. Here he goes. Yes.
Powered him down. I thought he was going to go for the submission. Instead, he overpowered Joe and took Samoa Joe out to the floor. Now Daniel senses that Samoa Joe's been taken out to the floor here at the Impact Zone.
Well, this is his opportunity. When you got that chance and a guy of that kind of power and that kind of force is out of the ring, then you got to put all your efforts into what you got to do to retain your championship, and that means you got to pin AJ Styles here and now.
Series of forearm shots. Styles shot out. Telegraph to the back body drop. May hurt the champ. Can AJ come back?
Oh, he hits it and he nails it.
Inverted DDT. Gonna roll him over. Here's the pin. Legs hook.
1, 2. Oh, he kicks out. What a match.
Who's going to survive? Who's going to thrive? And who's going to walk out of here with the X Division title?
You can see Samoa Joe right there, waiting for his opportunity. You can see him in the foreground. AJ Styles, though, going high risk. He knows that if he can hit this, he can put him away, and Daniel's not going to let it happen.
Big poke thrust by Daniels. Rocks AJ precariously up on the top corner turnbuckle. Styles fights it off with right and right back. Daniels with those right hand shots to the ribcage.
Here he goes, Daniels. If he can hit this is his opportunity.
Superplex.
He's going to, and he does! He catches it, AJ Styles, and he caught him right on the hip right there.
Now, but Daniels, I think Daniels is so winded at this point that it's going to take him time to regroup, recover, and go for the pin after the high impact move. And at the same time, look who's back in the ring.
And he let those two guys wear each other out. Samoa Joe realizes it. 1, 2, does he get it? No! And he goes over to AJ.
Now he's got the claw on Styles.
2.
Near falls for
Samoa Joe on both Styles and Daniels, and now he's got Daniels up for the powerbomb.
You just want to know how to go.
STF. He's got the leg hook, and he's got the crossface applied. STF submission hold.
AJ Styles is going to have to break this up if he wants any kind of a chance, and he doesn't look like he even realizes what's going on. Is he going to tap out? Is he going to tap out?
Daniels fighting through the pain, realizes that the second that he taps, he loses the X Division title. Joe's got him hooked. Daniels close to the ropes.
He knows he's close to the ropes. He can sense him. He can see him out of the one eye, and he gets a hold of it. Great job right there by Christopher Daniels.
AJ on the far side of the ring slowly makes his way up, but Joe realizes that he has Daniels sufficiently weakened, and now he's got to try and put him away. First the headbutt, right hand.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, when he hits you, you can feel it all the way through the building.
Big uppercut shots by Joe, rocking the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Oh, the Pele! Out of nowhere! The Pele! How does he have the strength to do it? Look at the strength! He's got him!
He's got him up in a wrap. Butcher wrap. Submission.
It's unbelievable! He slaps it down! 1, 2! He's got it! No! Unbelievable!
How about AJ Styles taking the 280-pounder up in the rack?
Oh, headbutt right there by Christopher Daniels. Oh, unbelievable. AJ, how can you even have the strength at this point?
Stack him up, takes Styles, slams him across the chest of Joe.
Listen to the crowd.
Daniels gonna try and suplex Styles. Takes him up, AJ floats over. Good go behind. Series of elbows by Daniels.
Oh, look at this. He rolled him up. Oh, he's going for the clash.
Styles climbs.
No, he hits it. Here it is.
And he rolled him over and win the title. Here's
1, 2. No, Joe gets in there and breaks it up.
just at the last split second. Samoa Joe breaks up the pin, and all three are still alive.
Oh, look at there. AJ gets thrown outside of the ring.
That's the smart strategy.
Yes.
Take AJ out to the floor. Concentrate your efforts on one man. It's now Joe and Daniels to fight it out.
I'll tell you what, just when you thought, look at that, what a move! Daniels goes down, and the momentum takes Joe all the way out to the floor, and he lands on the concrete.
Perfect timing by the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. The drop down move, and Joe goes right through the ring ropes and crashes and burns on the arena floor. Daniels shakes his head. Gonna try and pull the cobweb. AJ rolls back in. Joe still out on the arena floor. Daniels.
This is his opportunity right here, and AJ fights back.
Both men, mid-ring exchange. Who's gonna get the better of it?
It's just become fisticuffs right now. It's a matter of just, let's throw the technique out the window, and blow after blow as AJ trying to take him down one after another.
Rights and lefts from the phenomenal one. Then the chop to the chest, but the shortcut by Daniels as he caught him, raked the eyes, and then the forearm shot turns it in his favor.
I call it survival right there. Is he going to set him up? He's got him in the angel's wings. And here it goes.
AJ fights it all.
He knows, but he sends it back. 1, 2. AJ's got it. He's got it.
AJ's won the title.
The winner of the match and new X Division champion of the world, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
5-time champion. What a way to counter the angel's wings. Daniels can't believe it.
The end result is that the phenomenal AJ Styles, the first ever X Division champion, is now the first ever 5-time X Division title holder. And ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed something very special in TNA history and in professional wrestling history. Samoa Joe taking out. Samoa Joe still undefeated.
That's right. He wasn't pinned, but he couldn't do himself any good when he was on the outside looking in, and he couldn't get up in time. AJ Styles able to counter the angel's wings by absolutely phenomenal effort by all three wrestlers.
Let's soak it in. They're standing as one in the impact zone. They're appreciative of the efforts of all three men. But down deep
submission style, I mean, I can't really pin it on one person. I think I just pinned it on the type of wrestling I liked growing up, and I guess my background kind of coming into professional wrestling. At that point, you know, I had been pretty well stretched by some of the best in the world. You know, even early on in my pro wrestling career, guys like William Regal, guys like Yoshiaki Fujiwara, Shinya Hashimoto, Antonio Inoki, and you know, I guess within the past, I'd say 3 years or so, just kind of with those experiences and learning more of the traditional style of professional wrestling, kind of the back to basic roots of catch wrestling and catching and hooking and stuff like that. I decided that, you know, this is something that should be brought back into professional wrestling, and you know, it's something that I definitely wanted to incorporate into what I use in the ring, and that's where it began. I mean, before I'd come here to TNA, I'd spent an extensive amount of time in Japan, and while I was out there, I'd stay over after tours to train and to learn and to pick up technique, and you know, I think it'd be a waste that if I spent that much time living in a foreign country that I wouldn't bring some of that knowledge back here and use some of it, and that's basically where the submissions have come from. I mean, it was stuff that I knew that was tried and true, that was kind of left for the wayside here in America, and I wanted to do a good job of trying to bring it back into the American style and reintroduce it to the American fans, because I mean, you know, the origin of you know, submission wrestling and hooking and catching, all that stuff, it all started here in America, and you know, I'd hate to see that great legacy and tradition of submission wrestling lost, in the art of professional wrestling at least, and foregone for, I guess, more sports entertainment friendly types of things. So you know, I just kind of made a wholehearted decision to really encapsulate those types of things into my style, and I guess the fans have been enjoying them.
The opening contest for Bound for Glory is scheduled for one fall. Introducing, first of all, from the Isle of Samoa, he is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
How's that for an entrance? And Bound for Glory, yes, he's undefeated. Yes, he's unbeaten. He's 6 feet tall. He's 280 pounds. He is the Samoan submission machine. He's accompanied by the TRA Warriors, the Polynesian dancers that bring him to the ring. Every person in the Impact Zone is on their feet for Samoa Joe.
What an entrance! What an entrance!
And introducing his opponent. This is Jason Thunder Liger.
Direct to TNA from New Japan Pro Wrestling. You are seeing a 20-plus year veteran who, let's be quite honest, ladies and gentlemen, he put X Division style wrestling on the map in Japan, and look at this. The respect from the crowd here at Bound for Glory, much similar to a match in Japan as the screamers are tossed into the ring. They love Jushin Thunder Liger, and you can tell the level of anticipation is so high for this one-on-one matchup. Liger against the unbeaten Samoa Joe.
How do you top this night? What a way to start off!
In attendance at ringside, the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Simon Inoki, is with us at Bound for Glory. It just signifies how big this event is, and TNA is so proud to join with our brothers from the Orient in a working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling that brings you these kinds of incredible superstar athletes, and you see them only one place, ladies and gentlemen. You see them only in TNA.
How about the mutual respect that the crowd showed for both these great warriors? What an incredible entrance by Samoa Joe, showing a little
Jushin Thunder Liger. 11 times the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. That's New Japan Pro Wrestling's equivalent of the X Division. Shoulder block. Wow. Samoa Joe leveled Liger, and I think Liger better rethink his game plan. Better rethink his strategy. I don't think he's going to outpower 280 pounds of this Samoan submission machine.
There he goes. Oh, nice move right there. And just like you said, maybe he was setting him up a little bit just to get Samoa Joe a little confident in the fact that he was going to try to overpower him. You're not going to overpower Samoa Joe. You got to do it like that right there.
Quick reversal. Samoa Joe shoots Liger off into the ropes. Telegraph with the back body. Liger able to catch him with a kick. Samoa Joe, he connects with the elbow. Now Joe springing off the ropes. Oh, man. Liger moved out of the way and shot Joe right out to the floor. Liger's going to fly.
Here we go. Oh, look what he does. Just kind of set him up right there. Now, nice kick right through the ropes.
Faked him out with the first move. Then caught him with both boots directly into the chest. Liger from the top.
Right off the top of the ropes right there into Samoa Joe. And this cannot be going the way that Samoa Joe had planned. Here he comes out with all the fanfare. And Jushin Thunder Liger has obviously spent a lot of time thinking about how he wanted to go about this match.
Jushin Thunder Liger. His name, his look, patterned after a cartoon character in Japan. Half lion, half tiger, hence the name Jushin Thunder Liger, and Liger high risk from the top.
Oh, look at the strength, though, of Samoa Joe. And, oh, it just went right into his plans. And he sends him back to the mat. Wow.
Caught him in midair, and from his shoulders, variation of the fall-away slam, the Samoan drop to glance Liger, and you're right, Todd. Crowd is split, and I think it's because of that respect. Respect for Joe, respect for Liger as well.
Well, it's a different feeling than when you see Joe against maybe an AJ Styles. This is their guy. This is Samoa Joe, but yet they know so much about Liger, and they're so glad to see him. It's just one of those dream matchups to these people. Nice knee right there to the face of Liger.
Wow, Liger goes down after Joe connects with the knee in the corner. Joe standing over the pro body of Liger. Now picks him up at the head, at the mask. Boy, matchup has turned in favor of Samoa Joe so quickly, and knife and chop, and then the stiff kick to the chest. Joe goes airborne. That's 280 behind that knee drop across the chest.
I'll tell you what, he's just got such power, such force, and it's one of those things where whenever you're going up against Samoa Joe, and I've asked people that have, they say you just gotta continually move. You can't stop, because if you give up this guy a chance to get you in a submission hold, it's done. And you can see right there, he's working on it right now on Thunder Liger.
It's the TNA debut for Jushin Thunder Liger, but I'm sure many of you have seen him through the years. Back in WCW World Championship Wrestling, he was the second ever WCW Cruiserweight Champion when he defeated the late Brian Pillman. Hell, Jushin Liger and Brian Pillman, that was the first ever match on a little program called Monday Nitro. And Samoa Joe snaps off the slam, pin, 2.
Oh, he just gets up in time. I'll tell you something, he hit that slam so quick. It's amazing how quick that Samoa Joe can move for a man of that size. I mean, you saw him just kind of grab him and spin him over, and it's so deceiving until you've watched it for more than a minute or two.
It has been an incredible weekend here in Orlando, Florida. It all kicked off yesterday with FanFest. Wrestling fans from all over the globe coming to TNA's Bound for Glory. Being a part of FanFest yesterday, and they're rocking the Impact Zone at Bound for Glory. Series of elbows by Liger, but Joe stopped him in his tracks, caught him with a knee, shoots him off into the corner. Here comes Joe.
I'll tell you what, Joe looked like he just wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do. That hesitation gave Liger the break he needed, and he's taking advantage of it. Now we're going to see if he's got the strength to put him up in the Air Force suplex here.
First, Liger connects with the capo kick in the corner. You're right. Let's see if he has the strength to suplex him. This is one way to do it.
Oh, he stomps on the foot and then takes him over. 1, 2, not enough.
Liger quickly out to the apron and headed to the top. And from the top rope, he caught him with a frog splash. Here's the cover. Here's 2. Look at the power of Samoa Joe. You're going to need to wear down Samoa Joe much more than this before you catch him with the 3 count.
But it's giving him confidence. You can see the confidence growing there in Liger, and then you get the kick to the back of the head right there by Samoa Joe.
Liger went for the open hand palm thrust. Joe moved out of the way and drilled him with the kick. Right back to the offensive. Samoa Joe picks up Liger at the mat, sets him in the corner, and now positions him up on the top rope. Keep in mind when you see Samoa Joe, you're often thinking about the muscle buster. Look at this.
Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, what a way to counter it, though. Joe got just a little sloppy, and Liger saw it. Maybe the slickness of his uniform, but he slid right down and used it against Samoa Joe.
Knife edge chop by Liger. Springs off the ropes. There's the open hand palm thrust that connected. And again, Liger off. And he caught him with another one that dropped him. It decked him. Here's 2. Oh, how close can you get? Wow.
I'll tell you what, this is rare to see Samoa Joe on his back this many times in any match. But you just done a Liger. You got to feel he's got the whole country of Japan on his back right now. He wants to make a statement here.
He wants to be the first wrestler to defeat Samoa Joe in TNA. Joe caught him with a kick. Here's the muscle buster. Muscle buster.
This is so brutal. If he hits it, and he nails it. If he can get into the Nikita clutch right here, does he do it?
He's got him up, and there it is. The rear naked choke. His signature submission move. The Kakina clutch. Liger trying to fight through the pain. Is he going to tap?
Oh, you can see right there, and I've never seen anybody get out of this. This Liger's arm just kind of limp down right there. You wonder if he's lost all of his hair. Oh, look at this. The Samoa Joe is just...
That's 1. Referee Andrew Thomas. 2.
Could this be it right here? Here it is. It's done.
Gentlemen, the winner of the match, Samoa Joe.
The undefeated streak stays intact. Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine. True to his name, he gets the submission win over Jushin Thunder Liger. It was yesterday here in Orlando, Florida. Wrestling fans from all over the globe came to Bound for Glory. They came for a great fan fest.
Ooh, injuries. This will be fun. Let's see. Let's start at the top of the head. 7 broken noses. Several large lacerations around the eyes from pro wrestling and non-pro wrestling activities. Let's see. Broken about 3 knuckles in my hand. Fractured 2 ribs. Right now, I probably need to get both my knees scoped out for massive cartilage damage here and there. Horrible sciatic that kind of flares up every once in a while, and actually crippled me after one of the pay-per-views. I remember after the first 3 we had Unbreakable. I remember I had to actually crawl from one trailer to the trainer's trailer, which is about a good 20-40 yards on my hands and knees, just because I couldn't walk up straight. So for all intensive purposes, actually a smaller than average injury list for most pro wrestlers, but I'm slowly but surely working my way up there.
The following contest is the first ever Elimination X of how to make his way to the ring. First of all, from the Isle of Samoa, he is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
He was not a part of the interview backstage conducted by Shane Douglas, but Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, says that he had a talk with him earlier today, and that Samoa Joe is on the same page as his teammates.
Introducing competitor number 2. This is Alex Shelley.
As we see Alex Shelley come down the ramp, though, I've got to wonder how the chemistry's going to be between Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. We saw the friction. We saw it. We saw the look in their eyes. And they coexist together. Christopher Daniels didn't think so.
Now, so remember, the looks that they gave each other, Don, on our recent 2-hour primetime Spike TV special, Daniels doesn't seem worried.
Introducing their partner from Tampa, Florida, he is Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, known as the Messiah of the Backbreaker. He can hit you with that Backbreaker move from so many different angles and different positions. You have to see it to believe it.
And introducing the fourth, about to make his way to the ring from the City of Angels, he is
shot for the former two-time X Division champion to get himself back in that X Division line. And let's think about it. It's going to be that way for every single person in this match tonight.
Great point.
Introducing his tag team partner from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is Austin Aries.
You just touched on it a second ago. I agree with you. TNA management, Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee, I think you have to consider the result of this match when you make a decision on who the top contender is going to be.
Introducing from India, Sanjay Dutt.
These guys have to work together as a team. That's obvious. But they also want to shine. They want to be impressive to TNA management.
And finally from Detroit, Michigan, Chris Sabin.
Like his teammate, Matt Bentley, you're looking at a former X Division champion, 23-year-old Chris Sabin, the 5-year pro from Hell, Michigan, to round out the 4-man team with Sanjay Dutt, Austin Aries, and Matt Bentley. It's time for the first ever TNA Elimination X.
First thing I'm noticing, again, Samoa Joe being standoffish. As you see Roderick Strong, Alex Shelley trying to get him involved, getting back with the team. Christopher Daniels, though, seems confident. He's over there on his side.
He said he talked to him earlier today. He said they're on the same page.
Obviously, Shelley and Strong are a little nervous because they know how important Samoa Joe is to victory for this team.
It's 4-on-4 when we start off at Elimination X. When you are pinned or when you submit, you're out. You're eliminated. So obviously we're going to have a 4-on-3 situation at some point, and who knows how the numbers go from there, Don. Could be 4-on-2, could be 3-on-3. I mean, you could have a 4-on-1 situation.
The bottom line is you're going to be out there one-on-one at all times. Even if you are outnumbered, you just got to concentrate on the opponent that is in the ring with you. You can't be looking past it and thinking, oh man, I've got 2 more I got to beat after that. It's one game at a time, one match at a time. I know that's a cliche, but you really got to be that way in this kind of a match.
Matt Bentley tries to shoot Roderick Strong off into the ropes, but Roderick Strong, he just used Bentley's long hair as a handle that time. Just grabbed on and cinches back in with the side headlock.
I'll tell you what, as you see the shots there by Bentley, Roderick Strong told me, be watching for a unique variation of one of his backbreakers. He said he's got something new he's going to try to work in there. And I mean, the guy's got so many of them, how can he think up any more?
Oh, great action here. You saw the side headlock by Strong, stuffed off into the side head scissors, and then Bentley immediately takes control and grabs the headlock on Roderick Strong. Strategy here is going to be very interesting with these 8 men, because they definitely represent what the X Division is all about.
Boy, you got that right. And I'm going to tell you how. Man, was that a shot that echoed through the impact zone. Oh, listen to that. I will tell you this. A lot of people would sit there and go, well, I get it. If you're not in the ring, you can't get eliminated. Let me tell you something. These guys are warriors. They're athletes. They want to be the ones getting the pins. They don't want to be on the sidelines. You're not going to see anybody ducking getting in that ring with anybody.
And at the same time, consider this match a proving ground for these
right.
8 men. We mentioned earlier, TNA management, championship committee member Larry Zbyszko. You've got to monitor this match when you consider who's going to be next in line for a shot at the X Division title. And of course, later tonight, AJ Styles and Petey Williams to fight for that X Division belt.
What agility right there. Sanjay Dutt. Look at this guy. Oh!
I'm dizzy.
Are you too? But he just kept going and going, and then Roderick Strong didn't know where he was.
That was 720? How many revolutions did he make? I got lost.
Like an 1100. I'll tell you something, though. That's what's so good about that move by Sanjay. Even when he kind of fell off of Roderick Strong had no idea where he was, and he was able to take advantage of it.
So Sanjay connects. Drop kick to the side of the head of Alex Shelley.
Oh, look at that off from the hand. Nobody's going to buy into that, but a nice kick, though, to the back of the leg.
He begged off momentarily. Sanjay lost his focus, connected with the kick. Sanjay springs off the ropes. Shelley quickly reverses around into the hammerlock. And
then takes him down with a single leg.
You know, it's almost like you're watching Olympic wrestling when you're watching
It's
Alex.
like you're watching a clinic is what it is.
I mean, that guy just keeps you grounded, and he's so smooth and sharp. Doesn't give you a chance to break away.
The result of what we've talked about on many occasions, the countless hours of videotape study that Alex Shelley has done. Wrestling in Japan, wrestling in Mexico, wrestling in Europe primarily. He studies moves from all over the world and brings them to TNA as part of his offensive repertoire.
Oh, what a hurricane run! Snapped off right there by Sanjay Dutt. I mean, he's so cat-like quick. He can just spring up there and hit it, and he's so accurate. Ooh.
Sanjay not able to connect in the corner. Shelley moves out of the way. Oh, man, that did connect, however. Oh, from in tight, the basement drop kick by Shelley. And here comes the undefeated Samoa submission machine. And Samoa Joe with the face wash. Repeatedly with the boot. Look out!
Oh, wait a minute. Nice catch right there by Sanjay. Oh,
Momentarily.
But he couldn't hold him. Brute force.
Oh, no.
Here it comes again. Oh, man. Oh, he just about knocked him out.
Sanjay, you all right?
Sanjay Dutt is just absolutely not moving.
280 pounds behind that runaway freight train named Samoa Joe.
I'll tell you what, this could be it right here for Sanjay.
Oh.
I mean, he just doesn't seem to have anything left after that shot. He's been out there for a while. Oh, look at that. Not going for it.
Sanjay surprised him. Pin. No, 2 count only.
Great hesitation by Sanjay because he knows how Samoa Joe likes to disrespect and walk away. He didn't hit. Samoa Joe looked up and there he was.
The left-hander from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Austin Aries in. Couple of quick shots on Joe with the forearm. Going to Joe's game here with the repeated kicks. Shots to the side, shots to the leg. Inverted atomic drop.
I'll tell you what, Joe. Oh, what a shot! That was brutal. Oh, man!
And he punctuates it with the senton. It was almost as if Joe said, "You're gonna try and beat me at my own game? I don't think so, brother."
I'll tell you what's in the back of Joe's mind, too. Remember that crucifix bomb that Austin Aries did a couple weeks in this 2-hour special? Well, I'll tell you something. He didn't forget it. That was payback on Austin Aries.
Did you notice there? Samoa Joe to the corner, to his side of the ring. Tag in to his partner, the Fallen Angel. Aries shot off.
Well, he's a pro.
Oh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Man alive, what a shot right there on Aries. Austin Aries is still reeling from that brutal kick by Samoa Joe. And look at him working on that back with that foot. Christopher Daniels, obviously Samoa Joe, understands that they've got to work together. They're doing it.
Float over in the corner. Aries rolls across the ring and then springs back off the middle rope and catches Daniels.
What an arm drag that was. Look at this. He's just absolutely fluid when he gets going right there, and he's caught Christopher Daniels by surprise.
Working on the arm of the former X-Division champion, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, is Austin Aries. Gets Daniels over the other side of the ring and then tags in Chris Sabin.
I'll tell you what, here's 2 of the greats in the X-Division in the ring right now. Chris Sabin is a guy, as far as I'm concerned, he can wrestle in any division in this company. He's that good, but this, oh, wow! What a move right there by Sabin.
He had his head scissors applied, almost like a necktie around Daniels' head. Twists around, look at this!
Man, that's pulling new ones out of the repertoire. That's how good this guy is. You always got to improve, and that's what he does. You got to come up with new stuff, and man, Sabin on fire.
Think about it, Don. It's the cumulative effect of those previous head scissors moves that allows him to snap off the Hurricane Rana like he did. Joe caught Sabin from outside. STO, judo-style takedown by Daniels.
Well, Samoa Joe obviously saw the momentum that Sabin had, and you see that? Daniels even went over to him and said, "Good job." He knows that he may have saved Christopher Daniels out there.
Double underhook, quick takeover on the butterfly suplex by Strong. Went right for the pin, but not able to pin or eliminate Chris Sabin. Remember, Elimination X. You're pinned, you submit, you're out of the matchup.
Tell you what, Chris Sabin has some good teamwork right there. Quick tags, keep Sabin isolated over on this side, and Chris Sabin is one of the big ones. You get him eliminated first, that's going to bring a lot of confidence to Team Daniels.
You know, that's also part of the strategy of this match. It's not just the numbers game. It's who's involved in the numbers game. Once we get down to 4-on-3 or 3-on-3 or all the myriad of possibilities. Oh, look at
here and make their way to one of their partners and get the tag in. And here we go. It's Roderick Strong and Austin Aries.
Oh, Austin Aries just throwing him left elbows one after another.
And we talked often about it as they stack him up in the corner. Strong and Daniels in. Drop kick. Strong moved out of the way, but Daniels caught the front of the drop kick.
And you can't blame Strong. It's just him. It's just reaction. Oh, what a shot right there by Aries.
Turned him. Caught him. Hit attempt. No, just two. Brainbuster. Calling out to the crowd. Going to try to take him up. And no, it's blocked by Roderick Strong.
What an incredible block. Alex Shelley gets right in there and
Drilled him with the enziguri.
oh man, that was wicked. Aries, look at this. You can see. Oh, here comes Sanjay. He figures if Shelley can come in there without being tagged, I can come in without being tagged.
Sanjay turns it around on Alex Shelley, but then gets drilled by the Samoa Joe clothesline. Sabin fights back with Joe.
Yeah, it's just broken down in there now. This isn't even about tagging. Look.
Oh!
Hurricane Rana right there by Sabin. To do that on Samoa Joe.
That is
Takes
something.
three. Oh no. He's got him up high.
Roderick Strong has him up.
Oh, that's a backbreaker we haven't seen before.
Good attempt, but it's broken up by Matt Bentley.
Took him up in like a torture rack there and brought him into the backbreaker.
Bentley puts on the brakes, moved to the midsection, and then just drove Roderick Strong chin first down to the canvas. Daniels in.
I think it's almost like a matter of pride. All these guys want to be the one to get the first pin.
Daniels and Bentley. No luck with the back body drop,
Oh,
but
they
Bentley
both
takes
go.
him over. Caught him with the clothesline. Both men crash to the arena floor.
I'll tell you what, oh, look at this. As you see, the attack there, Sabin going right at Samoa Joe. I mean, not ducking it for a minute, but looked like Joe caught him. Look at that. That's what you got to do.
One
You
way
got
to
to
do
gang up on the big guy.
We talked about a numbers game eventually in this. Here's a little preview with the 3-on-1 as they toss Joe out to the floor. Crowd rocking for Elimination X. Look at this.
Oh, man. All of them coming around right there. What a shot, and the crowd goes crazy. All three.
Triple suicide dive. Strong sent back in by Aries. Wow, all three men diving in unison. Aries in, twisting splash, pin, 2, no.
Almost had one eliminated right there as Aries. He does that over the rope so quickly, how he turns like that. It's almost like he cuts the distance down.
Oh,
Just don't have time to get away. Man, those are brutal.
listen to them echo throughout the impact zone. The 3 chops to the chest. Aries fired off by Strong. Strong avoids him. Oh, Aries connects with the kick. Elevation up. Could be the brainbuster.
Oh,
That's what it
man.
was.
He just
Spiked
hit it.
him. Dropped him on his head with the brainbuster.
This could be one of them. Look at this. He's going up high, Mike.
You know, he loves to go to the top for the 450. Positioned up on top.
Oh, he hits it dead. Solid. Perfect. And Roderick Strong is gone.
The 450 front splash by Austin Aries. Roderick Strong's out. And now, quick roll up here by Daniels. He got him. Did you see that? Samoa Joe on the ring apron. The eye contact with Austin Aries. It distracted him and allowed Daniels to pin him and eliminate him.
I mean, one of the questions are answered. Can they work together? That's teamwork at its finest. Samoa Joe set him up. Daniels took him down, and they slapped high five.
And now Sanjay with the pin attempt before Daniels powers out. Wow. 2 eliminations. Very quickly, Don. Almost back-to-back there. Roderick Strong out first, and then Austin Aries pinned by the fallen angel Christopher Daniels.
Tell you what, they didn't allow there to be a numbers advantage very long. I mean, think about it. Aries was pinned almost directly behind Strong, and the team of Sabin and Aries and Dutt didn't have a chance to use their numbers game advantage.
Bentley, the high hip toss takeover, immediately goes for the pin. He knows it's Elimination X. Eliminate your opponents and get that numbers game, and you're right, what was it, maybe 15 seconds?
Didn't even have time to catch your breath.
Hardly.
But I like the teamwork right there that Sabin and Bentley are doing.
Now,
Trying to isolate Shelley.
3-on-3 situation after the 2 eliminations. Oh! Sabin with the kick to the back of the head of Shelley goes for the pin, Joe in for the save. And I think just Joe coming in through the ring ropes caused Sabin to back off the pin.
Yeah, he barely grazed him with that boot. It was because he was backing away, but you can see that look Sabin was giving. I mean, he's obviously got to be aware where everybody is at all times, because every one of these guys has so many weapons that can hurt you.
And I'm guessing that Sabin saw the look that Joe was giving him at the same time as Sanjay enziguri Shelley, and then he caught Big Samoa Joe, and then a forearm shot takes down Daniels just out of camera range.
I tell you what I was noticing, Daniels and Joe were talking to each other. Obviously, Sanjay saw that, and he figured if they're going to take their eye off the ball, I'm going to take them both out, and he did.
Shelley and Dutt. Standing shooting star!
No, he get it!
How close can you come?
Man alive! You could just see that look of exasperation on Dutt's face, like, man.
Charges into the corner. Shelley able to elevate him up and does to the apron. Sanjay fights back. The original player from the Himalaya to TNA from Bombay, India. Is it sprinkler time?
I mean, this, people just, you don't even realize, oh, wow, did you see that? Takes them both out, catches the hurricane run on Daniels, and taking Shelley at the same time. Sanjay's just on fire. Oh, that'll put it out, though.
Boot into the midsection. Oh, Shelley powers him down. Pin attempt. Two. No. Daniels in submission. Hold applied. Daniels and Samoa Joe clear the apron to submission so that nobody can save him. And Sanjay taps out. He caught him in the stretch.
I'll tell you what teamwork that was.
Sanjay Dutt has been eliminated.
Sanjay has tapped out.
Talk about being on an island. Sanjay Dutt was looking for anybody to come in and kick Shelley off of him. They couldn't do it because Daniels and Joe didn't give him the opportunity.
And now we're in a 3-on-2 situation with the elimination of Sanjay Dutt. And let's see if this team can exploit the 3-on-2 advantage as Matt Bentley tries to fight off and does. Both Daniels and Samoa Joe, and there goes Shelley to the apron. Shoulder block. Sunset flip in, no! Instead lands on his feet, and there's a super kick. 1, 2.
Alex Shelley has been eliminated.
Shelley out.
Head on
Courtesy of the super kick. And now we're down to 2-on-2. Daniels and Bentley in. Daniels off. Bentley takes him over.
Tell you what, just the way that he used his momentum right there was just so crisp. And you've got to do that. Sometimes when somebody comes at you that quick, you have to make a split-second decision, and Bentley did.
Strong and Shelley eliminated. Aries and Dutt as well, as we're down to the final 4 in this 8-man elimination X. In the ring, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels and Matt Bentley, and Bentley now tags his only partner, Chris Sabin. Samoa Joe still on the side with the Fallen Angel.
Tell you what, Sabin, I think, is real fresh right now. Took a couple of shots, but he's had a chance to look at him just apply the pressure on the chin there of Daniels. Oh, what a shot to the former Rex Division.
And he's going to go to the well of time. Did you see him jump up into the air for extra impact behind the kick?
It was like he was suspended in midair right there. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was almost like a hesitation. Wow. Man, Sabin's on fire.
Pin attempt.
2.
Oh. Wow. Daniels barely rolling the shoulder to avoid the 3 count from Sabin. Oh, that would have been huge.
Oh, what a move right there as Daniels takes his momentum back to get the tag on Joe. And he knows he's got Sabin reeling. This is a great advantage for Joe right here.
Samoa Joe and the Fallen Angel squaring off with Sabin and Bentley, and Sabin out of nowhere with the drop kick. Caught him with both boots in the chest. Snaps off the power slam. Pin 2, Bentley in for the save.
It is so amazing how fast that power slam is. I mean, a man that size, it's just an instantaneous. And you hit, you don't have any chance to react if you're on the receiving end.
Oh, and then when you factor in that there's 280 pounds behind it, the quickness there of Sabin able to avoid Samoa Joe. Bentley in the corner, gonna go up, could it be muscle buster time?
Boy, look at this, Bentley fighting off. He knows if he gets caught in that, there's no way to get out of it, and Bentley does fight him off.
And that's the way to do it. Series of forearm shots. I guess Bentley not sufficiently weakened.
And he
Rope elbow.
You see how high he got up there? But that's what you've got to do, and there's Daniels to save Joe.
And look at the Daniels rolls Joe, positions him on his side of the ring, hops out, gets the tag in, and now he's legal.
Oh, man, that slam right there. Jimmy. Oh, little long.
Best moonsault ever. You're right, just slightly overshot his opponent, and I think that's probably the difference. That's why he just got the 2 count.
Good point. I mean, he did just a little bit long right there. If he would have hit it sharp, Bentley would be done. And look at this, he's going for it again. But Saban realizes it too, and that gives Bentley a chance to get to his feet.
Saban gonna try and bring Daniels in, but the Fallen Angel fighting him off from the top. Now, Bentley up as well. They're gonna try and double suplex him in. Where's Joe at?
Oh, here comes Joe.
Oh, here's Joe.
Oh, look at that.
Look out below.
Oh, every one of them go flying, and Joe's still standing. Wow, the power of Joe.
The Tower of Doom. Bentley and Saban with the suplex on Daniels, and then the power bomb from Joe, and Samoa Joe clears the ring. Saban out. Attention turned now to Matt Bentley.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this is a bad situation for Matt Bentley. Look how high he got that knee up, right to the face, and Bentley drops.
And now got his head position. More of the face wash this time for Bentley. Here comes Joe.
Whoa, super kick! Oh,
Desperation move by Bentley. But man, that paid off.
what a head-on
Can he
collision.
eliminate him here?
1, 2, oh, just in time was Daniel.
You're right, he calls it the head-on collision, and that's what it was as he dropped big Samoa Joe. Now, it's Daniels and Bentley.
Again, Joe able to...
Backslide,
Can he-
shoulders
1,
down,
2.
no. Daniels again, shoots Bentley off into the corner, boot up by Bentley, caught him up in the shoulder. Right up to the shoulders is Bentley, but Samoa Joe in. Look at this.
Oh, he sets him up for the muscle buster.
Didn't go from the ropes. He used his own partner to set him up, and the muscle buster, it leads to the rear naked choke. It's the Kakina clutch. Is he gonna tap?
Yes, he does.
Matt Bentley has been eliminated.
You're right, Bentley out.
After what he's gone through, you don't have the strength to fight that off. When Joe got that in, and I don't care who you are, after the effort you put out there, you are not going to keep from submitting if you don't get help from your partner. And Saban was out of the ring and not able to help him.
And Bentley,
They're trying to roll him off.
Bentley's out. I mean,
Oh.
the Kakina clutch after the muscle buster as Tracy looks on, checking out the condition of a man, Matt Bentley. Where is Saban?
Saban
There he
right
is up
now.
on the apron. Now we've got a shot of him.
Oh, he's got to come up with some kind of a strategy.
It's 2-on-1.
Yes, and I mean, not just any two, it's Daniels and Joe.
This is what we've been anticipating, the numbers game. Saban gets the boots up as Joe charges in. Daniels from behind puts on the brakes, no contact with Joe. Saban instead,
Nice kick.
Enziguri,
And another one.
second time in a DDT for Daniels. Wow.
I'll tell you what, Chris Saban has been something out there. He knows that right now he's carrying that team on his shoulders.
Saban can make his career right now, right here. You imagine if Saban were to take out both Joe and Daniels, outnumbered 2-on-1?
I'll tell you what, I'd give him a title shot immediately if he can pull that off.
Oh man, open hand palm thrust.
Well, it's just a way to get into Saban's head, kind of take out the steam. Then the Saban had some momentum going.
And at the same time, moving backwards, position him in the corner for the muscle buster. Saban trying to fight it off. Joe with the uppercut shot. Saban drops down and Joe charges in, but Saban got the boot right in the midsection.
I'll tell you what, nice kick right there by Saban, and here he goes.
Springboard!
Oh, right into the back of the neck.
Springboard drop kick to the back. Saban needs to put either Joe or Daniels away, and he's got them both down. What an effort here by Chris Saban.
I'll tell you what, this is his opportunity, and like I said earlier, you got to forget the fact. Look at the strength. Oh, no.
Went for the cradle shock on the 260-pound. Wow.
Nice kick right there by Saban. Can he go ahead and get the pin right
Well,
here?
yeah, he had 280 up on his shoulders. Now he's got Daniels, and oh, Joe cuts him off.
I'll tell you what, Daniels and Samoa Joe have been at each other's backs whenever they needed to be.
Up in the corner, muscle buster now.
Oh, no, he's got him right here.
Watch Bentley.
Get Bentley. Oh,
Bentley from outside. Hold him out. Went for the muscle buster instead. Oh, angel swings by Daniels.
here he goes. 1, 2, 3.
Get it.
They won.
The winners of the match, the team of Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels.
What an effort by all 8 of these X-Division competitors. Matt Bentley hooked the leg of Samoa Joe from outside as he was going for the muscle buster.
but nonetheless, it paid off for Samoa Joe and the Fallen Angel because they get the win, they get the victory in Elimination X. They're the last two men.
I mean, you can't blame Daniels for doing what he did, but you can see Joe knows that he should have had to win. He couldn't have figured that Matt Bentley was going to grab him there by the leg.
Samoa Joe said that was my pin.
Oh, come on, Samoa Joe. I mean, you're out there. You got pulled
They
down.
got the victory. They got the win, the first ever Elimination X match. Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe do it.
He's saying it was my pin. I mean, you got to work as a team.
That's what the match. There you go.
There you
That's
go.
what the match is all
They
about.
work together so well.
It's the spirit of the X Division too, Don. The competition of these great competitors.
What? What? What just happened there? What was that all about?
Samoa Joe! What a brutal, stiff, lethal kick. And now he's picked up a steel chair. It's your tag team partner.
What in the world was the reason for that? That was so uncalled for.
Look
Oh, man, and he just crashed him right
my
there.
God, did he crack him over the head? Look at the eyes of Samoa Joe. He's just brutally, viciously laid him out with the stiffest steel.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm looking down here.
What?
Christopher Daniels is busted open. I mean, that chair.
I mean, after you hit him in the head like that?
Oh, I mean, that was pure. Oh, no, come on.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
This is just wrong. You guys were so good together. I had dreams of them becoming a tag team.
Oh, God. I mean, his head was right there, and Joe just kicked his head right into the steel.
I mean, you know, Joe is his own individual, but in his mind, he wanted to be the one that got that final pin. He wanted to be the one standing, and he just feels like he got robbed, and he's taking it out on Daniels.
Oh, taking it out. That's putting it mildly. It's putting it mildly, taking it out. Daniels has been brutalized. Daniels has been injured at the hands of Samoa Joe. And now he rolls him in. Now what?
Daniels doesn't have a clue where he is right now.
This goes against everything that the X Division stands for.
You're absolutely right. It's all about competition. It's all about... Oh, no.
No! Not a muscle buster again!
Look at the blood he's pouring out of his head.
The crowd here is stunned at what we've witnessed, and God, I can't blame them.
Look, he's going and grabbing a chair
No!
again.
Damn it, Joe!
Oh,
You've gone way over the line!
Daniels is absolutely... We got to get some security in here. There they are.
Look
Oh,
out.
you can't go in one at a time.
Oh my God, he snapped! Samoa Joe has absolutely snapped.
What in the world is he going to do?
Come on!
I mean, he's just focused on one thing, and that's destroying Christopher Daniels to no end.
No! Come on! It's right in his face! Look at this! He slapped him!
Another muscle buster.
Come on!
No way, and he's got the chair set right there. Oh, man, this is just brutal. This is disgusting. Come on, let's get some people in there and
Please,
stop
please!
this.
Somebody send security! Somebody send people from the back! Oh, referees and security, look how tentative they are. My God.
They kind of formed a little wall right there. You can see Joe still looking. He said, I want you. I want you. I can see, I can read his lips. Everybody's afraid to get in front of Joe after everything he's done. He's crazy right now. He's insane.
This is one of the sickest displays that I've ever seen. The sickest I've ever witnessed when it comes to the X Division, and I've been calling every X Division match for 3.5 years.
Look at that. I mean, he looks crazy. His eyes just rolled in his head.
The look on his face, it's almost as if he's so proud of what he's accomplished. Daniels has not moved. I mean, the impact on when he crashed down. With his head and with his neck on the steel chair. It wasn't bad enough. The other muscle busters.
We have absolutely got the emergency service in here, Mike. They're there. He's not moving at all.
Look at the
This
puddle.
is just wrong.
Look at the blood.
Oh, Mike, he's hurt. He is seriously hurt.
He's not moved at all.
Oh, that is just the sickest thing. Get Joe out of here. I can't even believe somebody would go to that length to prove some kind of a sick point.
You
know we expected this to be a memorable match. First time ever in TNA Elimination X. But Don, I never thought that this is the way that we would see this end.
They're going to have to try to slide him over there. They were having trouble. Oh, look at this. AJ Styles even coming out. I mean, here's somebody that personifies the X Division. He's obviously disgusted at what he's seen.
I think you're right. I think it's disappointment. I think it's disgust. But I mean, Christopher Daniels has been his longtime rival, and even AJ comes out to look on his condition. Do we have this shot? Go ahead.
Oh, look at this. Right on the chair.
Oh, God.
And I don't even know that Christopher Daniels was even conscious at that point.
I don't think so, Don. I don't think he's certainly not conscious at this point.
I'll tell you what, Mike.
EMTs.
Mike, I'm going to see if I can go find out. I'm going to see if I can go find out how hurt he is.
Please, Don.
All right, I'll be right back.
Go check it out. Let's get an update on the condition. AJ's disgusted. Everybody here at the Impact Zone absolutely disgusted at Samoa Joe.
How do I find time for private life on the road? That's a great question. It used to be pretty easy when you started out. You were working a show every weekend or so. You got the whole week off, maybe working a night job just to pay bills. But now, of course, you know, we have a very, well, not too strenuous, but a pretty good sized TV taping schedule. I'm booked out for several different promotions, not only across America, but across the world, as I'm heading to England here in a couple days from this interview. But, you know, you fit it in where you can. I mean, you know, yesterday I got a few hours at home before I had to fly out here, and you take it day by day. You definitely, you know, first thing you need to do, obviously, is you need to take care of all the stuff that you didn't do while you're home. So you'll get home and immediately you break out the bills that are all sitting in a large pile somewhere in your apartment. You start going rifling through them, getting them all paid, getting everything set up, deposit checks you haven't deposited yet that you've collected on the road, and you do all your banking and all your important financial things first. Otherwise, you might be flying home to no apartment at all, I guess. After that, you know, you fit in the people that you can. I mean, I have a couple really good friends out in California that, you know, I spend a considerable amount of time with, and you know, I try to go down to the gym and get a training session in down at LA Boxing in Newport that my friends, the McCulley brothers, own, and it's just, you know, it's rough. It's really, really tough. That's part of the sacrifice of being in the professional wrestling business, is that, you know, for that 15 minutes that you're out there, you're going to spend 10 to 20 hours traveling, you know, from place to place and getting where you need to be in order to make it happen. And a lot of people don't take that into account, and it's something that, you know, can really wear away at you. But it's something I'm also used to, because, I mean, growing up as a kid, we didn't have a home life. You know, we were home, so home was a place where, you know, we slept after we went to school. But then after that, we hit the road, and we were on the road, and we were traveling, and we were sleeping in the back of cars and show trunks and hotels, and it's something I'm acclimatized to, but it's something that you never really get used to, you know. And it's rough, but it's one of the sacrifices that you have to make in order to be a professional wrestler.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring from the Isle of Samoa, he is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to make your plans to join us this Sunday for Turning Point, the unbeaten Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, to challenge the phenomenal AJ Styles for the X Division Championship. And Don, you see it, the blood of Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, on one towel, and of course the initials of AJ Styles on the taped fists of the Samoan submission machine.
And introducing his opponent from Brooklyn, New York, the amazing Red.
I'm going to tell you right now, you are looking at a contrast of styles right here. It's great to see the amazing Red back in TNA, but what a challenge he's got. He's going to have to use every bit of the speed and agility that he's known for if he's going to have any chance against a Samoan submission machine.
I think you're saying it's a good news, bad news situation for the former X Division champion. Good news that he's back in TNA, bad news that it's Samoa Joe, and that's Alex Shelley with the video camera.
Alex Shelley right back out here again, videotaping the, maybe he is videotaping the both ends of the spectrum when you look at Samoa Joe and the Amazing Red.
Well, we saw Shelley bring that tripod out loud. This time, scouting these two men. What a lariat, what a clothesline. Samoa Joe just turned Amazing Red inside out.
Think about it here, December 11th on Turning Point, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and you see the trophy that he brings out there. The blood of Christopher Daniels on that towel as you see Alex Shelley right there filming these guys. But it is going to be December 11th for the X Division Championship. AJ Styles, will he be the first one to stop this guy in one-on-one action?
280 pounds behind the knee drop as he crashes down across the chest of young Amazing Red. Christopher Daniels still sidelined, Don.
Yes.
Suffering from the effects of that level 3, that grade 3 concussion. Daniels still on the shelf in TNA. AJ Styles, the X Division champion, actually made the challenge to Samoa Joe for a match. Talk about a reverse in roles.
Well, it was all about the code of the X Division that he feels like the Samoa Joe has broken since he's been here. And well, you can see Alex Shelley right there.
I'm sorry. Joe,
What in the world is going on with that? I mean, that's getting a little dangerous.
Samoa Joe put on the brakes.
He got it.
Followed by Red now.
Oh, nice kick right there. Didn't hit him with the first, but he came right back. And he flipped it over. Showing you the strength of Amazing Red. Oh, could he get it?
Standing shooting star. No.
Oh, I'll tell you what right there. He almost caught Samoa Joe off guard. Oh,
Man, what force. What snap behind that slam.
what speed behind that slam.
Here comes
oh,
the
no, here it
Muscle
is.
Buster. Out of the corner.
He's got it. He's got him. He nails it. Oh, Amazing Red just not big enough to handle that. And there he goes.
It's the Kakina clutch. It's the rear naked choke. The submission move that has gained him so many victories here in TNA. And Red taps out. Samoa Joe remains unbeaten.
And he remains unrelenting. And he won't let go of Amazing Red.
The winner of the match, Samoa Joe.
I'll tell you what, Amazing Red came out there and showed hard.
Joe.
But he just couldn't handle that Muscle Buster. And let's show you the more complex move of the night right here.
And here it comes. Driving Amazing Red down to the mat with Samoa Joe.
I wouldn't say I have a temper, but I do have a medium fuse. I won't call it short. And fortunately, the fuse leads to a very large repository of explosive attitude. But good fight stories. Yeah. Well, I guess is innocent enough. I was dating a girl in high school who had questionable family connections. A very nice, gracious girl, very pretty. But you know, she had brothers and cousins who were. What's a good way to put this? A little bit above the law, not above the law, but you know, they didn't actually kind of follow along with it. So, needless to say, the relationship came to an end, and she was sort of distraught with me over it. Word got to her family members, who had decided they were going to jump me after football practice. So I remember I finished up practice, and I actually had to get home, change, and get to a student function later on that night, like a legitimate one, like someone with the ASB student council, like some presentation type deal. So I remember I got off the field, you know, ran straight to my car with my pads on, and I remember I walk up and there's two gentlemen sitting on the hood of my ride and staring at me ominously, and I was, you know, hey, what do you guys want? And they began to hurl several obscenities at me and you know, try to punk me out, and so they started to circle me. But you know, you have these little parking poles that I guess kind of block off the blacktop so the truck can roll on if they need to pick up anything. And I remember backing up and reaching back and kind of feeling it, and it was loose. And So I pulled it out of the ground and I proceeded to defend myself. In the football office where my brother was a coach for our team, he would later go on to say that all they heard, they were sitting there and all they heard was moans and bong, bong, bong. And this was from me striking the ground, trying to hit the gentleman I had already knocked down with the pole. And I was missing, but I got him a few times. But he walks out of the office and sees me assaulting two gentlemen with a large steel pole. His natural reaction was to go after me because I had gone crazy. So he tackles me, and then I proceeded to get in a fight with my brother, which is always a knockdown, drag-out affair, which the coaches had to break up. And then we had to go sit in the office and curse each other out for an hour and explain the situation. But I guess that's the nicest one I guess I can tell.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the X Division Championship of the World. About to make his way to the ring, from the Isle of Samoa, he is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
And I can't get that visual out of my mind on as I see him come to the ring with the towel that's just covered in the blood of the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. Daniels remains sidelined 1 month after being brutalized by his quote-unquote partner.
And introducing his opponent, he is the current reigning and defending X Division Champion of the World from Gainesville, Georgia. He is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Since the inception of TNA's X Division back in June of the year 2002, this man, the phenomenal AJ Styles, has been the most dominant and the most decorated member of the No Limits division. He was the first X Division champ. He's the current title holder. When you add in 3 other stints as champ, that's 5 X Division title reigns. No other wrestler has more than 2. That's dominant.
Well, you throw in the other championships that this man has possessed. This is a guy who is successful on every level. That's why you're not surprised when an AJ Styles throws out the gauntlet, throws out the challenge to a Samoa Joe. What he saw sickened him. What he saw Samoa Joe become, as far as he was concerned, that went beyond anything that he stood for as a wrestler. And this is his chance to show everybody what the X Division is all about in his mind.
Wow, check out a preemptive strike here by the champ. Styles on the attack just moments before the bell, and look at AJ take it to Samoa Joe.
Well, that's what AJ Styles does. He gets in so many different ways, and he just came out, and look at that intensity. Look at that drive. I mean, Samoa Joe doesn't even know what hit him right there. Whatever was in Samoa Joe's game plan.
Wow!
Just snap suplex on him right there. Wow.
He just took 280 pounds over with a snap suplex. Well, we're seeing a side of AJ Styles that we haven't seen before. Either this kind of intensity right at the opening bell, and that's the way you counter what Samoa Joe has done. Think about this unbeaten streak for Samoa Joe, Don. 6 months and counting. 6 months worth of matches in TNA and no losses.
Nobody one-on-one has beaten Samoa Joe since he has entered into TNA.
I got no respect
I'll tell you something. If there's one person that doesn't even care about that streak, that's AJ Styles. He's just, this is about pride in his mind. And I'll tell you something. He's been in that ring with Samoa Joe right here. He knows what he has. And if anybody can adapt, it's AJ. But then again, Samoa Joe hasn't gone undefeated for nothing.
Quick leapfrog over by Styles. You talk about a knockout! You talk about a knockout blow! The dropkick just felled Samoa Joe like a big oak tree, knocked him right down to the mat.
Oh, man!
Well, this is something that we have not seen in the 6 months of Samoa Joe in TNA. Somebody taking the offense like this to him, and somebody being this successful.
And dominating. I mean, you know, it's just, it's AJ Styles at his best. He knows what kind of game plan he needs. The thing about it is he cannot let Samoa Joe use his size. He cannot let Samoa Joe shorten that ring, that 6-sided ring to his advantage. He's got to use his speed, his agility, and stay out of the grip of Samoa Joe just like that.
And he just used his quickness right there. You're talking about speed, agility, quickness goes along with that as he quickly moved out of the guys. Thanks so much for that update on James. Oh, man.
Now look at the intensity. Oh, Joe, he got it. These are the most vicious kicks I've ever seen.
Stiff, lethal, shot after shot from Samoa Joe. He measures AJ.
Oh, and he just sends him right through the ring. Oh, man, it was almost like the light bulb went on to Samoa Joe. And he was like, wait a minute. I don't get humiliated like this. I'm the one who's dominant. And, man, did he turn it on.
Well, you're right. Almost as if he got a wake-up call from the quick offense of AJ off the top of this match. And Samoa Joe comes right back and counters with a series of kicks, brutal shots. And AJ, wow, talk about being on the defensive, but he fights back from his knees with the right hand of the midsection. Rocked him with a forearm shot. And another, but Joe, headbutt from outside. Look out.
Got him right there.
Both men gonna go for a suplex.
AJ fighting it, though. AJ fighting it. Look at him.
Hang on, AJ.
Oh, what a move by AJ Styles. Look how he does that. I mean, when you think he's in trouble, he knows the way to counter. And here he goes, but Samoa Joe gets out of the way. Oh! Kicks his feet right out from under him.
And now, look out. Joe's got AJ. Gonna swing him.
Right into the rail.
My God.
That was with such force. I mean, this has just turned into what we knew it would. Samoa Joe knows.
Gonna take another look at this. Check out the impact.
Oh, man.
Whoa. How do you get up from a move like that? Swings him around to add force and then drives him head, neck, and back first into the steel safety rail.
Oh, right into the next rail. Man alive. One right out.
Whoa, look out. Joe's got him in his sights.
Oh, no.
No.
AJ's a sitting
Look
dog.
out in the pit. Clear that pit area out because here comes 280-pound freight train.
Look at him. He just begging for him to get up so he can hit him full force. AJ wisely trying to get out there again.
Boy, is that a...
Here he goes. Oh, and he just nails him with the boot to the face.
Here comes another look. You're right. Telling him, just challenge him to get to his feet, and as soon as he does, Joe drills him with the boot and knocks AJ to his back. Action back in the ring.
Did you notice how Samoa Joe wanted to wait till AJ was facing him? He wanted AJ to see that boot right before it made contact, and man, has the momentum switch as the shots, the stiff kicks of Samoa Joe are absolutely thrilling AJ Styles right now.
Think of what Samoa Joe has done. He's taken away so much of the offense from AJ and delivering shots, and it drops down with the knee across the throat and chest.
Man, this guy is just a force.
He's taken AJ out of his game. He doesn't allow AJ to out-quicken. He doesn't allow AJ to go for high-risk moves, and he comes off the ropes and drops the knee with 280 pounds behind it, right across the throat, right across the jaw. Look at AJ.
Oh,
you can see he's trying to maneuver his jaw around.
Oh, I don't know that AJ has any sense of what he said. Well, there he goes, throwing the kick right there. He's got to somehow catch his breath and get, but just when he does, a shot like that from Samoa Joe knocks it right back out of you. Look at him, you can see him, he can't breathe.
He's just gasping for air. He's trying to get that breath back into his lungs, because without that, AJ can't do a thing. Quick reversal, shot.
Oh, man.
AJ goes airborne, but Joe caught him instead. Senton backsplash.
AJ Styles just can't seem to win right now. He can't seem to get a break. And Samoa Joe knows it. Samoa Joe now knows that his...
Pin, 2, barely. Barely. Look at referee Andrew Thomas. And Joe's not happy.
No, he's not happy with that at all. It wasn't an emphatic getting the shoulder up.
Barely got the shoulder up.
Getting the shoulder up, but Andrew Thomas saw it. And a guy like AJ Styles gets the benefit of the doubt every time. I'm going to tell you that. A guy who held as many belts as he had.
Reverse chin lock applied now by Samoa Joe. Again, at the same time, Don, what this does, it takes AJ out of his game. It doesn't enable him to go to the top ropes. He keeps him neutralized down on the mat, but AJ back up to his feet. Was that a hit?
Yeah, he got a good head
and then a series of elbow shots?
I think it was one of those that a lot of people don't realize, but he caught him straight over the head. It reeled Samoa Joe, and that's enabled him now to keep going back and forth. You can see the bloody towel of Christopher Daniels there, but again,
like that when Joe takes away your quickness, and that's what he's done here to AJ in this X Division title matchup. Grabs him by the head. Unceremoniously just dumps him in the corner, and you know that the face wash is next.
Oh, and there he goes, and that's just so humiliating. And, oh, AJ holding it back. He's got him off balance, and he breaks a right, and another right, and another right.
Look at the champ fight back. Whoa, went for the discus punch, and Joe slapped the taste right out of his mouth.
Again, like I said, AJ just can't get anything going, any offense going at all.
Did you see that contact in the corner? Did you see the impact of Samoa Joe?
I don't know if that's possible to see again. I mean, he just absolutely nailed it right there in the corner, and you can see AJ it's just almost too much for him.
Wow. Joe, back up to his feet.
Just toying with him right now.
Kicks at AJ, stands over him like he's totally in charge of this match.
Oh, he knows that this crowd has never seen AJ Styles dominated like this.
Have we?
Never.
And think about it. At the opening of this match, we said we had never seen Samoa Joe dominated like AJ did for the opening few minutes. But man, it's been a lot of Samoa Joe ever since, not including a knife edge chop.
It's been about 3 minutes for AJ and about 9 for Samoa Joe. I mean, once it got turned around, AJ trying to show some life. He just, again,
wow.
It's just not going his way. Nice elbow right there, though. Nice forearm.
Now he's got to, if he can mount a comeback, he's got to start it maybe with a move like that. Caught him first with the forearm shot. But you can see AJ's having a hard time even getting back in through the ring ropes.
He can't do it. He just doesn't have the strength right now. He's got to be confused as to what is going on. He had so much pride at stake, and it's just not going his way, and it's just one right after another.
Forearm shot after forearm shot from Samoa Joe. AJ, his lifeless form, barely up to his feet.
What a kick! He hits him with a Pele. I've never seen him hit him from that angle. Outside of the ropes, onto the head, and but again!
Springboard caught him, powerbombed him down. Quick roll over by Joe. Reversal by AJ. Joe gonna try and roll him over, Boston Crab. He's got both legs hooked. He's got the crab hooked in here, and AJ's got to fight through this.
Again, every time AJ and Jimmy that Pele type kick he has, help as he's going for the ropes and he grabs it.
Got the safety of the ropes that time. Got the rope break, and Joe broke momentarily, and then drags him back in, and gonna try and hook it on again, and doesn't. Now look, he sits back with all of his weight on. That's the key. He's got 280 pounds right across the back of AJ Styles. How do you get up from this?
You can see the pain right there. Oh, nice kick!
That's the way you do it.
That's what you do. You go by reflexes. You go by survival instinct. Whatever you gotta do to get somebody off of you, and that's what AJ did. Like AJ's mumbling to himself out there, trying to figure out what to do. He gets himself to his feet, but you can see he just doesn't have it.
Shot in the corner by Joe. AJ gonna try and fight out, but he has been on the receiving end of an incredible beating here at Turning Point.
Oh, that's what you do right there. He uses momentum, got him over the top, and maybe that's the break that AJ needs.
Bad landing for Samoa Joe as well. Did you see his back? Crashed right down across the side of the ring, right across the ring apron.
Oh yeah, and that, you know, it knocked him. You knocked the air out of him. You could see as Andrew Thomas counting him out right there.
Boy, that could be the break that AJ needs.
Well, AJ needs another shot if he can, and here he comes. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Unbelievable flip over the top on the Joe. We've got to see
You know what that was? This is the Fosbury flop.
Fosbury flop. And he hits it.
We haven't seen that from AJ for what would you say, couple of years?
Couple of years.
You have to pull out all the stops in a situation like this, in a match like this, at an event like this, and that's what AJ Styles has done.
I'll tell you something, that guy has more moves. He just does things when it looks like it's over. And here he comes.
Springboard!
Oh, right to the back of the head. And wow! You can see it coming.
And the adrenaline of AJ at such a level that he almost overshot him, but he drilled him with the forearm cover. 1, 2.
Oh, he gets his arm up just in time. Woo. AJ AJ, you know, was praying that he could keep that shoulder down. You got to wonder how much left he's got in the tank. Look at AJ's leg. Oh, the leg catches the back right there.
Look at that landing by AJ.
Oh,
Now
yes.
that we take another look at it, his right leg just twisted in a sick manner, but doesn't seem to be stopping in here. Full Nelson, breaks it. Oh, lands on his feet off the attempt of the German suplex.
Oh, right now, Joe's got to be thinking, what in the world? As he caught him, and he hits him with a reverse DDT right there. Cover in. 1, 2, oh.
Inverted DDT by Styles leads to a near fall, but no 3 count for the champ.
Man, oh man, but you got to
Get
give
your
AJ
breath.
credit.
Get your breath, big boy. Here we
He
go.
fought back and fought back. That's the gallant warrior that he is. And here he oh, man.
Wow.
And he caught it.
The back of his head. That's it. Snapped it off. 1, 2.
No.
That's a miracle.
That
It's
is
it's a miracle that he got his arm up at 2, that he rolled the shoulder at 2, because the impact of that snap slam by Joe. You saw the back of AJ's head. You're damn right it's awesome.
I'm going to tell you something. You can see Joe looking at it going, what have I got to do? AJ, man, that was
You
close.
don't
Oh, that was
often
a fear after what happened to Storm watching that head come that close to that mat.
You just really said a mouthful there, Don, when you talked about the look on Samoa Joe's face. You don't often see that kind of reaction, that what do I have to do next? And it's kick after kick, AJ avoiding the kicks and the punches and the shots. That's the way you do it. Use your quickness, AJ.
Oh, but it was just too much, and he got it cornered. And here he comes, right, left, right, left. But he just doesn't seem to have the force that he had earlier. He's tired, and now AJ realizes it, and he hits him with 1 kick, spins around and hits him with another.
Great series of moves by Styles. The second one rocked Joe. The spin kick caught him unawares. Oh, look at the mouth of AJ Styles. Did you see the blood pouring out of his mouth?
Both guys are bleeding in the mouth. I mean, this has just been a battle.
What a night this has been, Don. What a night this has been on pay-per-view. One of the most physical events that I've ever been associated with, and that covers an awful lot. AJ gonna try and do it.
He's trying, but I don't know if he's just got the strength to lift 280 pounds.
Can he take him up for the clash?
Here he goes.
No, the power bomb! He got power bomb down. 1, 2.
Got it. No, man. I thought the winning streak was over.
It was that close. The winning streak was just that close. Blood trickling down the face, the lips of AJ Styles as he tries to fight through the pain. Could you believe that power bomb?
Oh, I'm telling you, and you saw a dazed look right there on AJ's face. Now he's thinking, what do I gotta do to get a win right here? You gotta feel the longer it goes, it's gonna be an advantage. AJ with superior conditioning, but Joe defies all odds, and he turned him inside out. That's what I'm talking about Samoa Joe.
Good God, what a clothesline by Samoa Joe. AJ's out of town.
Oh, no, he didn't even let it go too. He was sending a message.
Did you see that?
He was sending a message.
The look on the face
Look at
of
that
Samoa
look.
Joe tells one story, but the look on the face of AJ tells another. Here comes the double underhook.
Oh, and he powers him down. He's got him one. And again, he goes right out. It's kind of like, is that the best you got?
AJ fires up. Did you hear him? You can hear Styles scream. He's going to dig down deep. He's going to try and get the adrenaline flowing back. He's got to fight through this pain.
Samoa Joe it's almost a confusion, but he's going to keep coming. And he misses it. Oh, he's got him again.
Oh, no. Got him hooked here. He's got him hooked. He's got him in the choke. AJ trying to fight it off, but Joe instead catches him with a pair of headbutts to the back, and then the open hand slap.
Another melee.
The knockout.
It's in perfect.
He's down. Cover him, AJ. Cover him and break the
This
undefeated
is
streak.
it. Get to your feet and get over there.
Can he stop the undefeated streak? Can he hang on to the X Division Championship? That's the questions that we're going to answer. To the corner, positions Joe up. Whoa, you don't see
He's
that?
going for a muscle buster.
No! He was going to try and beat Joe with his own muscle buster. Joe fought him off. I'm not sure how smart that was. AJ pulling out all the stops. AJ up on top. Joe fights him off.
He's still holding on.
No! Muscle buster! Oh! AJ almost on the receiving end of a muscle buster, but wisely dropped down.
Joe holding on for dear life, and he goes flying to the mat. AJ using his weight against him. He's got him in the...
Styles got it! Styles flat!
He hits it.
Got him!
Did he have enough?
Roll him over! Count one! Count two!
What? What?
Is he human? Is he human?
Neither one of these guys are human in
Boy,
my
you're
book.
right.
Neither one of them.
One of the most incredible matches that we've ever seen in TNA. Hell, it's one of the most incredible matches I've ever seen anywhere. AJ, he can sense it. Joe in trouble. AJ high risk.
Oh, this is it. AJ Styles knows. You can see Joe pushes the referee,
Whoa.
causes the ropes, but AJ still somehow lands on his feet. And
Roll up.
Roll up.
Pin.
Oh, he flipped
Ow!
over.
He got him in a choke. Kakina clutch. The rear naked choke. Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? The title hangs in the balance.
Oh, AJ he just kind of fell into that right there, and I don't see what he can do. Look at this.
Joe is choking the life out of AJ, and AJ's got a long way to go to make it to the ropes.
But somehow AJ is still not tapped. And wait a minute, he's rolling him over. If he can somehow get some
Reach out
leverage.
and touch the ropes and get the break.
He's so
Joe's got it.
close.
Oh, but think of how long he's been in this choke.
Oh,
Think of how long he's been in the Kakina clutch.
Oh, he limped. You can see the arm
His
go
arm
limp.
went limp.
It's done.
He's knocked
He
out.
passed out. It's
He's
done.
unconscious.
The winner of the match and new X Division champion of the world, Samoa Joe.
Oh, man, he just couldn't get to the ropes. And when he was just in that last effort, and AJ just didn't have the strength, Mike, and he's out. And Samoa Joe not celebrating like a man normally would. He's gone through a battle. You gotta give him to them both. What a match, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed one of the most incredible matches that I've ever seen. Samoa Joe not only keeps his undefeated streak alive, he wins the X Division title. And now what?
He's pulling AJ to his feet.
Now what?
Could this be a gesture? Could this be, I understand what you mean now about the code of the X Division? Could that be his way?
AJ up to his feet. You can look how weary he
Oh,
is.
what a nice, all right, I gotta give him that. Wow!
Oh no!
He had me
He laid him
sucker
out!
in.
Damn it, he went over the line again!
Oh, now he's just going crazy. And he's going right after the security, kicks them out.
He's broken the code again! He's obliterated the code! Wait a minute, what's he doing?
He's reaching into the crowd.
He's got a steel chair!
Oh, no, he's not gonna do what he did to Daniels.
Not this again! No, we don't need to see this. We just don't need this.
Oh, man, you can see right there as he's setting the chair up. Oh, I can just see, I know where he's going.
You can almost sense it, can't you?
Yes, we remember Christopher Daniels in that same spot.
Oh no. Joe has completely crossed the line.
What? Oh! Here he is! Look up there in the ramp!
The fallen angel, Christopher Daniels! Here he comes! The former X Division champ! He was on the receiving end of that muscle buster. It put him on the sidelines with that level 3 concussion. But look at Daniels fight back.
He's just going to town. He's had a month to think about this. A month. That's all he's thought about was Joe. Unbelievable situation right there. And you can see Daniels just letting him have it one right after another.
Daniels has come out here. And let's face it, Daniels and Styles, oh, look at Joe come back. I was just going to say Daniels and Styles are not necessarily friends, but you can see that Daniels had it as well with Joe crossing the line, and Samoa Joe right
I'll
back.
tell you what else he did.
No.
He hit him with the headbutt where Daniels had the concussion, and he just almost collapsed from the moment he hit him.
You're right.
And it was just, oh. Joe, I think, realizes he needs to take his championship belt and get out of there.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the unbeaten streak remains intact. Yes, he's the new X Division champion, Samoa Joe.
major high points in my career. I mean, my time spent in Japan was a big thing for me because it was my first time kind of really being out there in a foreign culture and kind of just packing up my bags and saying, screw it, let's go out there and let's do it and let's see what happens. And of course, you know, my time working up and down the Northeast and my time here in TNA, I think those have all been definite highlights of my career. I mean, it's been a progression of what, you know, I hoped would happen in my career. Low points, I mean, obviously came, there was a time shortly before I joined TNA where I felt that I was gonna give wrestling a break for a little while and I was gonna go back, definitely go back to school. Actually, I already had my classes picked out and was already ready to apply. Already had a job lined up. I mean, you know, people were wondering how serious I was about it when I made a small announcement saying, you know, I'm gonna take a break. Because nobody really retires from professional wrestling. I mean, that's just something you just got to come to terms with. I mean, if I ever say I'm going to have a retirement match, like somebody smack me immediately and call me a liar, because I probably will be. But yeah, I remember I had my classes lined out, I had a job lined out, I was ready to turn the switch. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call from TNA. And I decided, well, let's stick it out for a little bit longer and see where it takes us.
Making his way to the ring, he is the X-Division champion of the world. He is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Oh, check this out. NWA World's Heavyweight Champion and the new X-Division Champion, Jeff Jarrett and Samoa Joe. Are they friends or are they enemies?
Well, he's showing him a lot more respect than he showed you. I'll say that much.
Well, you're right. Not going to talk to Samoa Joe like he just talked to us.
Introducing his opponent from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Jay Lethal.
Yes, Samoa Joe did it. He not only kept his 6-month TNA winning streak alive, but he also became X-Division champion. When at Turning Point, he defeated the phenomenal AJ Styles. He is still the unbeaten Samoan submission machine, and now he's the X-Division champion as well.
Mike, after watching one of the greatest bouts that we've seen in TNA history between him and AJ Styles, the way that Samoa Joe acted after it was over with was despicable. He had a chance to make up for all the damage that he did. And what did he do? He just went vicious on AJ after the valiant effort that he put on there, and obviously he's not going to change.
In his TNA debut, his opponent, 20-year-old Jay Lethal from New Jersey. And Jay Lethal stands face-to-face with the X-Division champion, Samoa Joe.
Jay Lethal's another one of those great young talent that people have been waiting to see here in TNA. What a way to have to debut, to go up against the X-Division champion, the likes of the unbeaten Samoan submission machine. But I hear this kid's got unbelievable skills.
Series of stiff lethal kicks from Samoa Joe, and it drops Jay Lethal. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not have the opportunity to see Turning Point, or if you did, I guarantee you want to see it again. Go to our website, TNAWrestling.com, to find out about the replays. Jay Lethal rocks the X-Division champ with the kick. Watch him spring up.
Oh, nice shot by Jay Lethal! Obviously, Samoa Joe's still feeling the effects of Turning Point, which, as you mentioned, one of the greatest pay-per-views we've ever seen.
Oh!
Get the replay as Jay Lethal nails him in the back of the head.
Goes airborne with the drop kick. You're right, he drilled him. Cover. Woo.
I tell you what, this kid's coming out like a house of fire.
You're not kidding. I think Samoa Joe's surprised, and the crowd here at the Impact Zone as well. Joe hooks the top rope, does not allow Jay Lethal to shoot him across, and again Jay Lethal tries to fire him into the ropes, but Joe maintains the contact and hooks that top steel cable.
There he goes, throws him off the ropes, and Joe got him. Oh, now that's how you get the momentum back in your favor. Oh, what a shot! What a boot to the face!
Oh, 280 pounds behind that senton backsplash. And look at the face of Samoa Joe. So intense. So vicious, so violent, and certainly lethal. And how about what he did to the fallen angel Christopher Daniels after Daniels came down this past Sunday? Luckily, Daniels just there in the nick of time to prevent more damage from AJ Styles, but AJ had his lip completely busted open.
Oh, I mean, he thought there was a piece of it laying in the ring. He was literally in the match. He could stick his tongue all the way through his lip. That's how bad it got tore. He got like, what, 8-9 stitches to get it sewed up. And look at him put the boot right there to his Lethal's neck. And there's the bloody towel, still, of Christopher Daniels that he carries around as his trophy.
Oh, man! after the face wash in the corner, Joe charges off the ropes and again drives the boot and the knee right into the head of Jay Lethal.
Tell you what, Samoa Joe able to use the headbutt on Christopher Daniels when he came into that ring, right where he suffered that third-degree concussion, nailed him twice in the head. Otherwise, Christopher Daniels would have gotten his revenge.
Oh, man! The quick snap with the slam. Now positions him in the corner. Gonna put Jay Lethal up on the top rope. You know what this is?
He's got him in the muscle buster. Oh, he hits it.
And the muscle buster, it usually leads to the rear naked choke, and that's what it is, the Kakina clutch. He's got it locked in.
Oh, he taps out.
Immediately.
Done.
The winner of the match, the X Division champion, Samoa Joe.
He remains unbeaten, and he's still the X Division title holder.
Coming to TNA was a real easy choice. You know, upon discussions with TNA management, guys like Terry Taylor, Scott D'Amore, Dixie Carter, you know, they pretty much assured me that if I came here, they'd give me an honest shot, and that's all I really asked for, you know. I didn't expect to be pushed right away. I just said, you know, hey, let me come in, give me an honest shot in the ring, you know, give me a little bit of time, let me do my thing, and if you enjoy it and you want to keep me around, then by all means do. And if you hate it and you want me gone, then don't worry, I'll be out of your hair, and thank you for the opportunity. And that's pretty much all I asked for from them here, and then they provided that and then some. You know, with other companies, I knew that I probably wouldn't get that opportunity. If anything, they want to be responsible for who and what you are in the ring. And I felt I had a lot to offer, and I felt that I didn't want to be repackaged. I thought what I had worked for me, and the formula worked, I guess, for the viewing fans at home. And I knew coming to TNA I would get that opportunity. So that's what made the decision easy, is that I knew here I would thrive and I'd be able to be me and do my thing. And in other places I'd probably be something else and probably not very happy.
It is time for the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, to defend the X Division Championship against the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. The second of our two championship matchups in Final Resolution. The X Division title, it's at stake, and we're gonna break it down with the X Factors. Here's the bullet points behind this title match. It was back in September. It was at Unbreakable when Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles, they tore down the house for the X Division title. Tonight, two of those three meet for the championship. In November, Daniels suffered a level 3 concussion at the hands of his partner, Samoa Joe. Put him on the shelf for a month. We asked him if he's 100% healthy. He said he's 100% committed. 100% committed to regaining the X Division title and breaking Samoa Joe's 7-month winning streak. Joe claims he's not just satisfied with injuring Daniels. Tonight, he'll end his in-ring career.
And here he is, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. So many questions that we're asking. You mentioned it. Is he 100% physically? Those concussions are something so hard to come back from and so easy to re-injure. He's got to be very careful, but this man held the X Division belt longer than any man in the history of TNA, and the crowd getting behind him, and he's going to have to use every brain in his head to beat the power of Samoa Joe.
He's unlike anything that we've ever seen in the 3.5-year history of the X Division. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighs 280 pounds, and ladies and gentlemen, for 7 months, he has defeated every opponent that TNA has put in his path. The NWA, the X Division Championship, it's on the line. Samoa Joe to defend. There's the champ, Christopher Daniels, the opportunity to regain his championship. We're gonna hear from JB, the official introductions for the title bout.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Orlando, Florida, it's time for your X Division Championship bout of the evening. First of all, standing in the corner to my left, he weighs in at 218 pounds. Coming to us from the City of Angels, he is the longest reigning X Division champion in TNA history. He is the challenger, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right. He comes to us from the Isle of Samoa by way of Huntington Beach, California, and is the undefeated, undisputed X Division champion of the world. He is the Samoan submission machine and the X Division champion, Samoa Joe.
You notice the clean towel around the neck of the X Division title holder, Samoa Joe. He referred to it, Don, as a clean slate, an opportunity for him to start from square one with Christopher Daniels. For weeks, we saw Samoa Joe wear the blood-stained towel, the blood from Christopher Daniels, almost as if he wore it to the ring as a trophy week after week. Tonight, Samoa Joe says it's a clean slate, but he's not only going to injure Daniels, he's going to end his decade-plus career.
It's kind of like that towel is his canvas, and he's going to use it, paint it with Daniels' blood. I'll tell you something, he plays mind games. As you hear, this crowd is absolutely deafening, but he does play mind games. But one thing about Christopher Daniels, he's as mentally tough as anyone we've ever seen.
Joe went for that big roundhouse kick. He missed. Daniels took advantage just momentarily, and then Joe fights right back with kicks and knees, but Daniels fights him off in the corner. Series of shots, forearm-like uppercuts. Joe to the ropes. Daniels meets him, and Daniels rocked him. Follows up in the corner. High running knee right into the chest of Joe. You know that Samoa Joe's going to do everything within his power to try and exploit a 60-plus pound weight advantage against Daniels. But I'm amazed Daniels is taking it right to him, and Daniels is doing great here in the opening minute.
He's got to use his speed. He's got to use that speed to have the advantage.
Just like that.
Just like that. As he snaps off the Hurricane Rana right there, he's got to keep Joe on balance. He's got to keep Joe off his feet, and he does it again. And he's not. Can you believe he takes him out of that weight that easily?
Great leg strength by Daniels. First he snapped off that side head scissors and then hit the Hurricane Rana, and he's got Joe on the defensive. And how often have we seen this?
Well,
you
figure the longer this goes, the advantage goes to Daniels, but then Joe defies all laws of gravity, all laws of motion for a man his size. But one thing about Joe, Samoa Joe can stop momentum so quickly with one blast, one kick, one slap, or one smash. And listen to those knife edge chops.
Just lighting up the chest of Daniels. Chop after chop. Big swing that time. Quick roll through here by Daniels. Got the leg hook pin. No.
So close, but he just doesn't quite get it. Another roll up right here.
Pin attempt.
Two.
And we call him the Samoan submission machine, Don. An example of it is this surfboard style submission move.
You can see him just pulling right back on the arm right there, using that strength that he's got. But he's able to get his foot on the rope. He's able to break the hold. And that's what Daniels is going to have to do. Christopher Daniels is going to have to be aware of where those ring ropes are at all times. Because if you get in one of those submission holds, it's the first thing that you're looking for, a way to break it. And if he gets you too far out in the middle, he's got you wrapped up and he's got you trapped. And that's just one thing that Daniels cannot afford.
Quick reversal now by Joe. Daniels shot off, but look at him come back, and Daniels just amazingly, as Joe walked right away, Daniels not able to make the contact.
Oh, what a kick right there. He just lifts him right off of his feet. A brutal kick right there from Samoa Joe.
It's what he's known for, those stiff, brutal, lethal kicks. Now follows up in the corner, bottom of the boot driven into the chest and head of Daniels, and you just have to be wary. Every time I see a blow, whether it's the open hand, whether it's the boot, a shot like that, to the head of Daniels, you just have to be concerned. Oh, Joe drops down both knees, 280 behind it.
Well, it's that weight that he has, and he's able to come at you so as he goes for a quick pin. Daniel's able to just get the shoulder up just in time, but I'm gonna tell you, Christopher Daniels is gonna have to somehow try to figure out a way to stay one step ahead of Samoa Joe. And that's the thing about Samoa Joe, he's so hard to prepare for. He's so different than any other opponent that you face.
Daniels stacked up in the corner, and Joe again. Oh, you hear that knife edge chop just echo throughout the arena. Daniels able to get the elbow up, follows up, catches him with the forearm, momentarily rocks him, goes for the clothesline, not enough power behind it to take Joe down to the mat. Drop kick to the chest, Joe rocking, Joe reeling, able to land against the ropes, snaps off the power slam. 1, 2, whoa.
Man, he just does that so quick, Mike. I've never seen anybody that big that can snap it off so fast.
Gonna take another look. Incredible impact behind that. The snap, the torque, the way that Samoa Joe is able to twist his hips and at the same time balance his weight and come crashing down with the slam. And Daniel's able to avoid the 3 count.
Gets the foot boot up, and he's gonna have to get that boot up. Oh, what a jawbreaker that was!
It's one way to do it.
Man, oh man, using both knees, but you can see Daniels is hurt. It takes so much out of you when you get Samoa Joe. Even when you're attacking him, it takes so much out of you.
And at the same time, Samoa Joe, he was caught unaware of that move. He was surprised by it as well. Interesting reaction is the crowd here. What do you think? Sounds like more Fallen Angel fans than Samoa Joe fans.
Oh, I think so too. I think he's a sentimental favorite here. They know what Joe did to him. They saw what Joe did to him. And there he goes, and he hits it again.
Split leg moonsault, no! Went back to the judo move, that STO, that back heel trip style takedown, immediately springing off the ropes. The split leg moonsault, but not able to put the champ away.
Man, this crowd here at Universal Studios here in Orlando, Florida is absolutely on fire. These last 2 matches, knowing so much was at stake, it's so loud. And Daniels connects! Wow!
Dropped him on his head! This could be it!
1, 2, oh, he gets out of it!
Shocked that he was able to take the 280-pounder so quickly off the ropes and then drive him down with such power and such impact. And boy, he did drop him right on his head. Daniels not able to get the 3 count.
One thing that we've noticed, though, is that Daniels is, speaking of his head, he's been able to protect his head.
True.
That head that he's had, the concussions that was brought on. He seems to be very fresh. Oh!
Power bomb, pin,
2.
No.
So close right there, and man, Samoa Joe caught him midstream, but Daniels not, and he quit. No quit as he just goes firing right back at Samoa Joe.
And Samoa Joe, he's got those legs that are like tree trunks, positioned and wrapped around Daniels. He's got his head, he's got his arm seized as well. Daniels misses with a kick, quick single leg
he's got it,
Joe, and rolls right over into the STF. He's got the crossface applied. He's got the leg positioning grapevine at the same time. And Daniels is going to try and have to fight through this. At the same time, he's got all of his weight directly across Daniels' back. And now he's using his knuckles, almost like a corkscrew, right into the temple of Daniels' head.
But look at Daniels, the fight is he somehow is able to get his movement going and get to the rope. And that's what he's got to do because he was facing the other direction.
Oh, Joe's
Think about
not happy.
that effort.
Joe's not happy when you're known as the Samoan submission machine. And when you slap on the STF and you have Daniels positioned in the middle of the ring, the last thing that you want to do is have Daniels get the rope break to try and show you up. And you saw that Samoa Joe was not happy.
No, he takes pride in the fact that people can't break out of those submission holds. And Daniels is one of those kind of guys that he's so mentally strong, so mentally tough. He knew what he had to do. And look at this.
Can he do it?
Joe set it up. Oh, wow. Joe snapped it off.
Samoa Joe with the hurricane run. Oh, God, what a clothesline. Count 1, count 2.
Oh, man. I mean, it looked like Daniels was going to powerbomb him, and then Samoa Joe snaps the hurricane run off. How can a man that size do that?
That was unbelievable. My God, you're right. First, I was shocked that Daniels would try the powerbomb, and then Joe caught him with the hurricane rana. Daniels powers him down.
Look at that strength by Daniels. Kind of an in-your-face.
Is this the BME?
regaining the X Division title, but ending the 7-month winning streak of Samoa Joe. Daniels right on the verge of victory. You don't see this often. Joe out to the floor to regroup. Daniels challenges him.
But he just didn't hit him quite hard enough. Joe breaks him down, but look at those forearm shots by Daniels.
Momentarily rocking him and from the apron. Oh! Daniels able to avoid the leg sweep, and then he just caught him. Shotgun kick to the head.
Samoa Joe reeling right there. Daniels has had an incredible game plan. An incredible game plan. Is he gonna go over? Here he goes. Oh, man! Shot to the chest.
Slingshot into the elbow drop, but you see the bad landing for Daniels. Landing right onto his hip. Can we get another look at this?
Let's see how he lands. Oh, yeah, you could see it.
God, you can hear it.
Oh, man, he just caught it wrong, and you could see Daniels fighting the pain in his leg. He's having a hard time getting up.
What a move by Daniels, but you have to ask the question. Was it the right move at the right time? Is it going to come back to cost him the match? He's going to have to try and suck it up right here. He's going to need an adrenaline rush to fight through the pain that you know is running from his hip all the way down to his leg. And now he's going to try and get Joe into the ring.
That's what these guys do. They're so mentally tough, though, that they just ignore the pain. They just ignore what they're feeling. And you know he's still, oh, what a kick by Joe. And here comes Joe, coming off the rope. Oh, and he just gives him the rake of the bottom of the shoe right over the face of Daniels, and he sends him to the floor.
Oh, you're right, he just booted him right out, didn't he?
Come on, Joe.
You can see referee trying to control Samoa Joe. But he's got Daniels. We've seen this before, Don.
Oh, no, he's got him set up, and here he comes. Oh, right into the rail. Brutal shot right there.
Going right to the head.
Oh, look at that head.
To the head.
Look at that. If we could see a shot of that, Christopher Daniels, where he caught him right in the head, where he's had those multiple concussions. There we go, as he's holding the head right there.
Oh, my God. This is a dangerous situation. I mean, Don, it's one thing to have one concussion, but and he's been busted wide open. Don, the danger is where you have those multiple concussions in a short time frame. I mean, think back, Steve Young in football.
Troy Aikman. Think about Troy Aikman in football. Cost him his career. So many people, they can't go forward, and that's what Joe means by costing him his career. And he knows he's ranked. Hit him right where it hurts the worst. And right now, you got to wonder what's going through Daniels' mind as that brain just smashed against that skull.
Blood just flowing from the head of Daniels. Think to the career of Bret the Hitman Hart. I was there. I was in WCW. Yes, I saw the Goldberg kick, but it was the match against Terry Funk just shortly thereafter. Those series of concussions. That's where it's dangerous. And here comes AJ out. AJ Styles is coming out.
Oh, I think he's going to try to be some kind of an uplifting spirit right here for Christopher Daniels. Anything. Maybe seeing him will make Daniels realize he's got to reach in, but Joe is just reeling on him right here.
And look at the punches. Yes, several punches to the midsection, but also several more to the head. Daniels tries to fight back. Open hand slaps out of the corner. Rights and lefts, and forearm shots now, reeling them off one after the other. Joe went for the kick to the head.
And he missed it.
Kick him.
You can see that's where he's going. Here comes the Angel's wings. He's trying, but look at that. Daniels can't stand up. He's dizzy.
Gets a concussion, and he kicked him in the head again. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous situation for Daniels.
Samoa Joe knows exactly where his target is. It's that head of Christopher Daniels. And you can see Daniels can't stall. The knee to the head. Oh, this is just wrong.
Come on, Daniels.
I mean, this could seriously hurt him, Mike.
We've got to think about this. No, not the Muscle Buster.
Oh, no. He's got it. Oh, he drops him on his head.
Muscle Buster.
Come on.
Oh, you know what's next? The rear naked choke. Takina clutch applied. The move that's gained him so many victories. Daniels, can he get to the rope?
Look at him fight, and he's got the foot on the rope. Look at that fight.
Look at Joe. Look at Joe.
He can't believe it. Joe is absolutely in disbelief that he could give him that many shots, he knows he's done some major damage.
Whoa. No! Steel chair!
Oh, man, just slung it in right over the referee.
This is a scary...
Oh, look, he
this
can't
is
stand
scary.
up.
We got to think about this, Don. This is a scary situation.
Yes. This could end his career. I'm telling you, I think this needs to be stopped. This he can't stand. This is serious, Mike.
You got to think about living another day right here.
Yes.
You've got to think long term.
No. This is just... And he's got that chair right
not
there.
On the chair.
No, this
not on the
is just...
chair. No.
You're begging him not to do it. This could absolutely finish.
Oh, God. Referee's just intimidated by Joe.
No. AJ Styles knows that he's hurt. He knows he shouldn't even be in that ring. He wasn't ready. Oh, man, this is just absolutely awful. Look at this. He eyes AJ. He knows he's just... Oh, that
God.
kick.
Kicked him like a football, Don. Like a soccer.
Another one.
Another soccer-style kick right into the head.
Oh, this is brutal. Stop this.
Come on. Somebody stop this. Stop him.
No, this is just wrong.
Stop him already.
And look at AJ. Looking on. He's got a towel in his hand.
We got to stop this. You've gone way over the line, Joe. This is more than an X Division.
Another shot. This is just wrong.
This is not an X Division code. This is about a man's life. This is about a man's life that has 2 young children at home.
And you can see the referee begging him.
This is another shot. Come on.
Oh.
Throw it in. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God, AJ. You did the right thing.
He had to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match has been stopped. The winner of the match, and still X Division Champion of the World, Samoa Joe.
It had to be done.
Thank God AJ Styles did it. He threw in the towel.
He
had to do it.
A man's life was at stake. He's out. He doesn't even know where he is. I mean, let's get him some help. That was just the most brutal beating. And Mike, it was sickening.
When the battle's been fought and the wars have been waged and it's all said and done, I'd like to think that the fans would say that when they came to see Samoa Joe, when they tuned in to see Samoa Joe, they had a good time, they enjoyed what they saw, and they were entertained. And I did my job. I went out there and I entertained the fans and I gave them all I had, and they loved it and they enjoyed it. And that's pretty much all I really want to be remembered for. Take all the championships away, take all the BS away. In reality, it's about how the fans perceived you at the end of the night, and hopefully if it's favorable.